I've got queen c7. I've also got bishop b5 maybe. Bishop b5 looks very nice too. c6, knight c6, bishop c6. And but I drop a pawn at the end because b2 hangs after we exchange all the pieces on c6. So I guess I will just take on c7. c7, queen c2, threatening another fork with bishop b5. Free exchange. Free. Everything is free. Okay, but knight d3 is a good move. So if I take on d7, queen d7, not crazy about it, but not exactly bad. Queen a4, knight c1. No, queen a4 hangs knight b2, so I take queen d7, queen c7, queen a4, b3, queen a2, queen d7, queen f2, king h1. Rook moves somewhere, queen b5, queen d3, bishop g1. Okay, I'm going to trust that my analysis is good. And I'm just going to play it, even though I don't think anyone understood what I just said, including myself. Alright, hey everybody, it's Hikaru here. I'm going to start the stream up. Thank you, Levi, for, I think you're about to raid me with everyone coming along. So, yeah, you guys just let me know how it's going. Just going to start streaming. First time I'm doing this different setup, kind of, so I'm playing on one computer, reading the chat on the other one, so it's a little bit different today. So let me know how it is. It sounds good, everything's good. Trying it out, got a new computer, so we'll see how it works. So, okay, so I'm going to start by playing Parham a few games. This is going to be interesting. Thank you. Someone says nice cap. So you're going to see me turn my head because I've got two computers. I'm just playing on the big screen, and I'm reading the chat on my laptop right now. So queen d2, bishop g4. Classically Inclined says it's a nice setup you have there. Thank you, appreciate it. So rook c1. I think I'll just castle here. Milos Kirshis says, did you get a new mouse too? I had a mouse. I was actually playing a little bit earlier against Fallujah and also Parham, a few games of Blitz. And wait, h4? This looks slightly wrong, maybe? I don't feel like this is correct, so I can exchange the queens. But yeah, so yeah, I was playing a few games. I mean, I did quite well against Fallujah eventually, but with the new mouse, I wasn't getting quite what I wanted. So so I'm not sure. I'm back to using this Razer, what's it, the Razer Death Adder or whatever it is. I can't remember exactly. So I'm using that right now, but I'll probably switch it up. So yeah, someone, I think Johnny Kayola asked in the chat, is that a Canucks cap that I'm wearing? Yeah, actually it is. I'm wearing a Vancouver Canucks cap. So bishop c4, I guess play knight c6, try to do something with this pin here. This is a pretty dry position. I mean, I can take, maybe go knight b4, maybe rook c8. Knight d4 probably allows rook c7, so I might just play rook c8. Yeah, this is a Canucks cap, but this is the classic one. This is like the old school like cap out of the 90s. This is not the modern cap is a dark blue. So yeah. Crafty Raph says, why are you clicking twice each move? Am I? I don't think I am. I should be clicking less because I'm not flipping screens as much either. Knight a2. Got rook c2. Ideas? Knight c3 is possible. Do I want to go knight c3 or not? I think I'll just take, because if you bishop a7, I've got knight c1 with the fork on the king and the bishop. So f4. Play rook c3 maybe. Bishop d5. I don't know if he's playing for f5 or what he's trying to do exactly, so I'm going to play a5, I guess. Just try to start rolling the pawn up the board, knight c3, or knight b4. It's tough, because knight b4 gives me rook c3. Knight c3 kind of closes the c file, so I think I'll go knight b4. Two clicks per move, really? Is there an issue with the sound then? I guess I'll play rook c3. Bishop f8. He has to move the bishop, maybe a4. I think I'm going to play knight c6 here. So if he plays like rook c8 or rook a8, I've got... Ah, no, rook d7 cuts off b5. That was a bad move by me. That was a very bad move by me. Let's see. Okay, but I'm way down on the time because now that I'm getting used to like looking at the chat as well, I'm not used to all this. So I'm gonna play bishop c5, probably exchange the bishops, play like knight d4, knight b4, multiple moves here. He says swish sound quality is perfect for me. I don't know. I mean, you guys tell me because this is the first time using this new setup, so I don't know if it's perfect or what the deal is. Actually, I'm very slow. I'm playing way too slowly. Knight e6 of f5, I'll just take. If he takes, I've got knight c5. F5 I take. Ef, I've got rook c4 check. Got to move the king somewhere. I'm going to take a4 or e3. Many options, I guess. If I take... I guess I just have to make a draw, play knight d4. And it's kind of, I guess he can try to play on a little bit, but I mean, this should just be a draw. I mean, mind you, I've been so slow that he might try to play on, but I mean, objectively, this should be a draw. I mean, way too slow this game as well, so... This is obviously a book draw, but I'm moving too slowly. And I'm gonna run king d3, of course, so I mean, whatever. Just paying too much attention to the chat. Let's see. Wait, was that 3-0 or 1-0? I guess that was... Okay, that was 3-0. Okay, so let's take this a bit more seriously and not be reading the chat every 10 seconds. So that I was moving too slowly on top of everything else. So takes c5, knight e5, knight c6. I've got c3, castle 2. Just have to move a little bit quicker. I was just so slow there. Knight e8, I think I just play knight f3. If f6 I can take, or play queen d3. g6, bishop h6. This looks a little bit dubious. I guess I'll try to open up the center a little bit here. Try to do something on this diagonal. e8, I'll take. He can't take with the bishop because he hangs a pawn on b7. Take a pawn. Rook b2, queen c1. Still a pawn. Nothing special, but a pawn's a pawn. Bishop b2. Bishop g5. Thank you, Dark Knight Chessbra, for donating $25. Glad that you like the new stream setup. c6, I'll take. Play like rook d1 maybe. Bishop f3, I can take on c5. Bishop f3, if bishop f3, dc5, queen d1, I play bishop d1, rook takes d1, queen takes d1, bishop takes d1, and I take the rook on b6. So you can't take on f3 here. Rook c8, I guess I could take. Not crazy about this, but I mean, it's probably try to simplify it a little bit, try to exchange the knights. I mean, I am up a pawn here, I guess. I mean, bishop c4. It's going to be hard to win this, but it is still a pawn. Maybe bishop b3. Oh, I guess he can take and play rook a3. Not great. 7, I'll play h4. Try to play g3. Do something with rook c7, maybe. 5, I'll throw on a check. Play g3. Maybe I can take and play like rook e1, rook e6, rook e7. Maybe like rook b1. I'm gonna chuck a pawn here. I'm not sure what's going on exactly. Like he's gonna go rook h8, and I'm down or it's am I down a pawn? No, it's even, right? It's even material here. Play rook d2, or rook a1. It's a tricky position for both sides to play here. Okay, so now he plays this. Oh, whoops! What was that? Whoops! Oh, what was that? That was a complete slip. But anyway, now I've really misplayed, and yikes! This turned into a big pile of mess. Gonna have to like 3. I think rook c3 is still a draw. Right. Take and play g4. I should still, yeah, because rook f3, king g2, e2, I've got rook e1, and it's just a book draw still. Or this, see, oh, is the sound off for the pieces? 1 second. I guess rook b8, king g2. Okay, I'll turn the sound on. Sorry, you guys, the sound's off right now. Just give me a second. Still. I guess I can play like rook f8. I mean, it's just a draw. All right, so 1 second, you guys. Let me see if I can adjust the sound. 1 second. Whoops. Okay, 1 second. Let me see what's wrong with the sound. Maybe I can't do it right now because there's just I don't actually have speakers attached to this computer. So maybe for the moment actually I can't do it. All right, I guess I'm just gonna play with that. I mean, I hear the moves coming into my headphones, but I don't actually have speakers attached, so that might be the issue. So okay, whatever. Today I'm gonna stream without any sound. So you're just gonna hear the mouse clicking like 500 times. So I better just talk like a lot. So all right, so not a great start, but whatever. It's still just start of a long afternoon. b1, bishop b6. b3, I guess I'll play h6, stop knight g5, bishop b2, f6, why not? 3, I could play b5, maybe kick the knight away. Yeah, sorry you guys if there's no sound right now. I just got a new computer, so just doing things a little bit differently. Sorry about that. I'll go to like Best Buy so that if I stream tomorrow or the next day, I'll have sound. Queen c2. I guess I'll play a5. Why not? Maybe a4, b4 ideas. c1. So I don't know if his idea is to play for e4 or not to play for e4. I'm a little bit unsure right now. So I could play f4. Could play b4 as well. A lot of options. Knight d4. Knight d4 actually looks pretty reasonable here. Knight d4, knight d4, e d4, e7, queen e6, queen c7. Why not? Yeah, I guess I could tell Alexa to play something. I mean, it's going to pick it up, so I will tell Alexa to play something. Why not? Alexa, play classic rock. Maybe this will be better for you guys. Alexa's not loud enough? I think there's the other problem that most of my videos go on YouTube. So what, the sound's not good either on this? All right, so yeah, so I'll just do today without much music, just keep it simple. So bishop a3, b4, hit the bishop. Bishop's a little bit misplaced on b2, or not misplaced, but it's kind of bad now because c2 is very weak, or not c2. Sorry, the bishop on b2 is very weak. He can go bishop c1, obviously, but I feel like after, or wait, the pawn on g6 is hanging actually, so I got to be careful about that. Maybe rook h7, hit the knight first, force the knight to go somewhere. Knight d6. I guess I'll go knight c3 maybe. Knight c4, king h7, protect the pawn. He might win a5, but I'm not too concerned about that right now because his pawns are very weak as well. So I think I'll play rook c2, hit the bishop, threaten knight e2. Play knight d5, knight e2 also looks reasonable. Bishop d2, maybe like rook e7's possible here, I guess. e1, I could play knight f4. I could play rook d2, I guess. Actually, again, I'm moving way too slowly though, so I've gotta start moving quicker. Why did I do that? He can just go king f3, can't he? Or g4, maybe rook f7 because I've got f3. Knight c3. 6, knight b1, hit the bishop on d2. It's got to move the bishop somewhere here. I'll play rook c1, hit the bishop on e1 again. 5. Guess I'll play knight c3. I don't really want to play this, but I've got to try to play for rook d1 and rook takes d3. Put some pressure on. Let's see, knight e7. Okay, how do I re-maneuver everything? I guess I'll play knight d5. King e2, rook a1. Still have knight c3 threats. Hit the pawn on b3. I'll take. We'll win g6, I guess. But now my b pawn's very fast too, so tricky. Take the pawn on a6. Everything's kind of hanging. I think he missed that. And now the b pawn's much too fast. Thank you, San Diego Causer, for saying what I'd like to do is go to Starbucks and listen to this with no headphones on. I'm just going to win some material here after knight c3. He can't do anything about it. So, all right, so that's one. Time to get it back on track. Okay, let's play queen h5. Oh, is the sound not good again? I mean, I did some testing before, but I was told that the sound was okay. Maybe it's not great. Yeah, sorry about that if the sound's not great. Okay, thank you, Crazy Coffee Man, for saying the sound is great. Appreciate the compliment. Sound is fine. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I just got a new computer and I didn't have time to buy speakers, so that's why the sound's a little bit off today. But anyway, knight h6. Guess I'll play knight e4, hit the bishop on c5. He'll probably go to e7. I like to develop somehow. I'll play queen h3. I really want to put the bishop on d3 on this diagonal, but I can't do it right away because then it would take and the bishop would be under attack. So queen d5, I'll play bishop d3. I'll give him this pawn on b3. If he wants to grab a pawn, I mean, I feel like this is being very greedy because this knight's on h6. If he ever castles, I might have knight f6 ideas, or even g4, g5. Wow, b6. So now I'm going to play bishop a3, try to now kill him. Basically try to put something on d6 here. Like if I can get a knight to d6, he's busted. And after castles, I mean, this just looks really, really dangerous. Knight f6. King h8, knight takes h7. I mean, this is terrible. Knight g5, threaten f7. Throw in a check. I could play bishop e4 also. Check looks check. Actually, no. I'll play bishop e4 because now if he plays bishop e7, I can take, and the bishop hangs on e7. Bishop a3. I mean, I can play knight a3. I can play rook a3. There's so many good moves here. I'm gonna play knight a3 with the idea of playing rook b1, try to trap the queen. And he can only put the queen on a4 to protect the knight. So rook b1's coming no matter what he does here. And in fact, I think I'm trapping the queen. So rook b1, queen a4, bishop c2. He's only got 2 squares, and I can put the knight on b5, and his queen's dead. So either square he goes to, I just play knight b5, and his queen is just completely boxed. Hey, how's it going, T? Oh, right, this was queen h5. Yeah, this is probably the best opening I've ever gotten with queen h5. I mean, this is way more than I should have gotten. So rook a5. If rook d2, I can do many things here. Knight d6 looks like the simplest. Knight d6 and maybe like knight f7 or knight e6. Ah, this must be winning. So he resigns, so that's 2 up. Time to try and... I'll try and create some adoptions today for you guys. This is not actually practice for the Singfield, or not Singfield, sorry, for the Speed Chess Championship. I'm just like streaming for you guys. That's what it is. So I'll play something weird. I'll play this g6 line. It's a little bit dubious, but... Alright, the sound's not great. Okay, let me change one quick thing then while I'm at it. Alright, so knight b3. I guess I'll just play f5, try to open it up a little bit. Okay, so I guess I'll take. Castles. e1. I guess I'll take on c3. Try something a little bit different. Play rook c8. Thank you, Ben, for saying the audio is better than perfect. I'll play knight e5. I thought he would take with the queen, maybe. I mean, this is completely... This has turned into a very, like, normal, boring position, actually, for both sides. Rook c1, I'll play d5. c5, logical. I can play d4, I guess. Try to prevent him from getting his pawns on d4 and c5. Not sure it's best, because after d4, I could have played knight c6 and put pressure on his pawn, but it looks interesting, so I don't see any reason not to play it. So queen d7. Sorry, you guys, this audio is not perfect for you. There's, I mean, not much I can do today about it. But anyway, so takes queen f4. I guess I can play queen e5. I could throw in a check. I think I'll throw in a check because I want to exchange the queens, but his king's further away. So like the king's on g1, he runs to f1, e2, d2 very fast, whereas on h2 he has to go back and lose a tempo. So king g3 is a good move. I missed that. Could take and play knight b4. go for an outside pawn, but that doesn't look quite right. F6 takes king f3. F4, knight a2, fe5. Not trivial. I guess I'll try to keep pieces on the board and play queen d5 here. h4. I could play h5. I mean, knight b4 is really what I want to play, though. So I'm going to play knight b4. Why not? So anyway, he's thinking here, so we'll see what he wants to do. Is he really still thinking here? I guess he is. He's thinking whether he can take on d4 or not take on d4. That's one option. Plays queen b8. Okay, so I'll go king g7. Queen d6. Okay, but I don't know why he didn't play this right away. I guess because he could have played queen d6 takes and king f8, and this was... I don't really understand why he did it in this order, because it doesn't... It doesn't make a difference, because he could have played queen d6 right away, and I still would have taken and gone king f8. So I don't know why he threw in this extra check before going queen d6. Thank you, Anonymous, for gifting. You gifted a bunch of subs there. Thank you for gifting subs to Goes to Pizza, WQ Wedo, Roy Rogers, Panamera, Schwartz, Judenfish, Shredder, Sherlock, D Seleccionar, Skippy is for you, and Did It Salvation. So I guess I'll take on a2. I'm going to try to use this outside pawn if I can. Now, he might try to go king e5, king f6, but I think I'm in time knight b4 and knight d5. So if king f6, I can throw in a check. Knight a5. Do I have knight c6 here? I think I do. I think because I've got an I'm going to get this outside a pawn. This outside pawn should be enough. And if king f6, I just take d7, knight c6. They resign, so that's 3 up. Starting to get on a roll here. e6, bishop f4. Play e3, bishop d3, knight d2. So I'll promise you guys that I'll go out and buy some speakers. So I'll get some speakers for maybe tomorrow. I'll go buy something simple at like Best Buy or something like that and go from there. So c5, I guess I'll play e5. Takes. I guess I'll play a3. Maybe c4. Maybe c4 now. Yeah, probably just c4, knight c4. So he goes knight c7. I'm going to play b3 to protect. He can't like take advantage of this loose bishop because the knight's protecting e5. Yeah, I tried to play some tunes, but ChessBase said the tunes were messing with the audio even more so. So I guess so just for today, I'll do the pure analysis, and then probably from like tomorrow onwards, I'll have some speakers. So go from there. But anyway, takes. You take with the pawn. You take with the rook. It's an interesting question here. I don't know if I want to. I think I'll take with the pawn because I think I'm going to want the open b file here. So he goes rook b8. I could play rook b1. Maybe rook e1's fine. A lot of options. All tunes, no analysis. Yeah, distant fire. That'd be pretty classic if I did that. So I'll play knight b3. Maybe go for knight a5, knight c6. Swole19 asks, do I get recognized in public a lot? It happens from time to time. It varies depending on where I am. Usually, it used to only happen in Europe, specifically like in Germany. It used to happen all the time when I was going through Frankfurt and Munich. Whereas nowadays, it's starting to happen a bit more even in the U.S. So I mean, it's mixed. It happens a little bit everywhere, but I would say predominantly it's in Europe. But like lately, it's happened in the U.S. And it's been strange because like it happened at It happened somewhere recently. Where was it? It happened at at Newark, where like I came out of customs and there was a guy working at the shop, one of the shops right after customs in Terminal B, and the guy recognized me as this Indian guy, and he just asked for a picture, and I was just kind of shocked by that because I didn't really expect that at Newark. I'll play h4, maybe h5, try to kick this knight away from g6. Thank you, Nubian King, for subscribing. h6, I could play h5, but I don't think I want to. I think I'm going to wait for him to move his knight, probably. I mean, or let's be bold. Maybe just go g4, h5, g5. So he goes knight e7. I think I'll play bishop f4, and maybe h5, g5. I'll play h5 here. Queen c7. Whoops, he almost trapped my knight. Luckily, I've got bishop d2. And the thing is, his knights are pretty bad here, and they have no squares in the center. So rook d8 is a logical move. I could play queen e2. I can't really move my rooks. He's threatening to take. Knight b3 gives him queen c6, which I don't really want to do. So I guess I'll play queen. Which square makes more sense here? Queen c2. I guess I'll go to c2 because I think I'm going to go knight b3 after knight c6. Oh wait, but I just hung e5. Whoops. He missed it. I just hung e5 there. Just cold hung it, but at least he missed it. So now I'll go bishop c3. The pawn's protected again. Rook d8, maybe knight d2, and now I'm fine again because knight b4, queen e4, and everything's kind of holding. And now g5 is a threat because with the knight on e7, he always could go to f5. Knight a2. I don't know what knight a2 does really. I can take. I can also play bishop a1. Or actually, bishop a5 maybe. Actually, bishop a5 is a really nice move here. Because now I dominate this knight. He's got no squares for this knight on e8. And I feel like g5's... I feel like I'm going to play g5 at some point. Or queen c2. A lot of possibilities. Again, as always. Okay, let's see. So queen c2, he's got to go knight b4. I'll take. He takes with the pawn. Interesting. I thought he would take with the rook. Because now after a5, knight b3, I'm going to get a little bit of a bind here. And his knight is just so terrible on e8. I mean, it's dominated by this pawn. So queen c6, I could play like queen b3, or maybe just king g2. And again, I'm way too slow. It's like I somehow keep forgetting that this is still Blitz. And I hear that tick sound, and it's already just like too late. And I mean, this just went terrible. The moment I noticed that I was way down on the clock, it's like splat. Although maybe there's some chance. b3, queen g6 maybe. Guess got to go knight f6 here. Queen c4. Guess I'll go for something bold. Desperation time. Knight f6, rook e6 maybe. Queen d5, f3. It's got this one. Come on. Okay, well I hung the queen. No need to even bother with that. That got a lot closer than it should have. I should have just lost right away, but anyway, whatever. Rook b1, bishop b6, b3. This time I'm gonna play something different. I think I'll play a5. f6. So a3. Play b5 again. I think I'll just play rook e8, queen d7, rook d8. Something bit slower, a bit simpler. I'm flying my dude. Says this Nakamura guy seems good. He should try tournament chess. Thank you for the compliment. Much appreciated. Never play f6. Isn't that Ben saying? Ben's the guy who, like, I feel like he said something about f6 a million times. e4, I'll take. If takes, I think I've got g5, maybe g4 ideas of d4. d4, g4, and then he loses a pawn. So h3, I'll play h5. I don't know how good this is though, because I mean my pawns are a little bit kind of misplaced, to put it nicely. Knight e3, I'll play queen e6. Now if d4 I can take and maybe put pressure on the pawn on e4. Queen c4, I'll just take. I can take multiple ways, I'm not sure. D takes is the logical way, but knight d8, knight e6 should be completely fine. Knight f5. I think I just go knight e6 anyway. If rook d7, bishop f8. Bishop f8, why not? Probably knight g6 and h4 is my idea here, or one of my ideas. Knight c5. Some pawns are a little bit loose here. King f3. I think I can take and grab this pawn on b3. e5. I take e6, and I'm just up material here. Rook c5 is one move. Rook e5 is also possible. Rook c5 looks like the best move, although he's getting rook d7. So someone also just asked if I can stream Puzzle Rush. I did waste like an hour doing Puzzle Rush earlier today, so it wouldn't be the craziest thing. Now I've got to be a little bit careful here because knight d5 is actually a very serious problem. If I play rook c8, knight d5, it's kind of problematic. I can play bishop d6 and probably make a draw, but I don't know if I love it, but I'll do it. Like, oh no, knight d5, I've got bishop e5, he's got f4. Plays a4, which I think is slightly wrong. Because now I think I can go like rook f7. He'll take, rook f7. Because he's got rook d8. I'll have to block. Doesn't really feel like I can do much about knight f5. I go king g7, king g7, knight f5 is just terrible. I'll try to do something here to mix it up. Although I really shouldn't be because I'm way down on the clock. Puzzle Rush is this new thing they started doing on chess.com. It's just like he's got rook h3 or something. Goes rook d4. I guess I'll just take. Rook d7 I can take and play bishop d6, and I should be fine here because I think my pawns are running too. I get like g4. I mean, I do have what? I've got two pawns here, and if I get the pawn to g3, white can never do anything. Free rook. Good night. All right, next game. At d4, knight f3. Bishop f4, knight c3. Not enough arrows. Okay, fine. More arrows. E4 castles. Yeah, I'm taking a little bit slow today because I'm actually reading the chat, which normally when I'm reading the chat, what that means is I'm flipping the screen between two windows. So today I'm not doing that, which is why it's a little bit easier. b6, just play bishop b2, maybe knight e5. c5, I'll castle. Bishop f3. Hopin the DeLorean. Is it Hopin or Hopin? Says that wave and good night is better than GG, yo. All right, thanks. Bye-bye. Now I can play a5 here, knight c4 maybe. Actually, I'm wondering if I can take and play like knight c4 or something kind of weird. Or maybe just knight e2 and c4 actually makes sense as well. With c4. Pre-move's like a trade. I mean, you just click the square and make the move. That's how you make a pre-move on chess.com. Knight c3 maybe. If d4 takes and knight b5 looks pretty reasonable. Maybe rook a3, rook b3 was possible too. In fact, I'm kind of liking this idea. Rook a3, rook b3, and just hitting him on the b file. So queen a6, but now I've got knight b5 and knight c7, and it's black's still okay probably, but I mean there are all kinds of threats now on the d file. He plays h6 logical. I think he wants to go g5, so I'll play h3. Create a square potentially for my king or my bishop. Knight h4, logical move. If I play bishop e2, he can't take because there's still the pin. He can play d4. Oh, he can go knight g2, and if bishop g3, this knight is kind of trapped. Or wait, knight e4, logical also. Knight f3. I think his knight's just trapped on g2 here. I think it's just good night. I take. If knight e3, rook e3. d4 logical. So he's going to try to do something with these pawns, which actually are quite dangerous potentially. Let's go rook b3. e5 could be, this could be very dangerous actually. So I've got to be very careful. Like knight d2, f5. Let's play bishop f3. e4 I'm going to sack. So when I'm silent, the stream gets so silent, it feels as though the stream is off. Yeah, sorry about that. Whatever. I'll talk for 2 hours nonstop about the game. So anyway, in this position, if he doesn't take on e4, then I mean, he's got this bad bishop here on g7. The knight's slightly better probably than the bishop, and I've also maybe have more control of the open files potentially. But it's still not easy to play for either side, really. So I'll go queen d3. He's probably going to play like rook e7 or something. Maybe I slightly misplayed this. Rook f1. Yeah, I kind of misplayed this. So I'll go queen d1. Get the queen out of the way of anything. Queen e6. Oh, I hung c4. Wait, knight d6? No, he's got queen e2. But this still is not so clear, because takes. Rook f2. I mean, I'm going to get this blockade on c4, and a5's loose, and this bishop is terrible. So, take maybe? Take and play like rook f2. I might have to make a draw here. I don't really want to, but... Okay, so he doesn't want to make a draw. Okay, so fair enough. So I'll play b3 then. If d3, I'll go rook d1. Bishop h6, maybe just king f3. If d3, I've always got rook d1. And if he plays rook f6, king e2, so g5, I'll play g4. Now the bishop is shut in behind the pawn. Maybe like rook d1, rook d3. I think g5 was bad because he closed the diagonal. Now this bishop is very bad on h6. Bishop f8, I'll play rook d3, so now there's no rook e3, and I'm going to take a5 now. And now there definitely are serious problems for black. He's still maybe okay, but this a-pawn is very, very fast. And if I play like a6, he goes rook a... d3, king f1. Wait, but this a-pawn is still very, very fast. We're on a check, and knight c6, and oh, and the bishop is gone. Wait. d3 takes. d2, a7, d1, a8. And I'm definitely going to go for the flag here, you guys, so... Queen f4, throw on a check. Throw on a check. Throw on takes, and that's all she wrote. Woohoo! There we go. There we go. That's 2 in a row. So, yeah, all right. It's a good thing I brought a bunch of water to my desk because I clearly am gonna have to talk for the next 2 hours as well. But anyway, so yeah, if you guys have questions or anything as well, I'll try to answer them in chat since I'm multitasking. Probably it's to my detriment. I'm probably not going to play as well because of that. But on the flip side, you're not going to hear as many, or maybe you will hear more clicking because you won't hear the sound of the moves. But there should be a lot less double clicking. BJH13 says Hikaru is now Nate Silver famous. Well, I mean, what was I mentioning that silly 538 article or something by that guy? So Shen DJ says, how many hours a day do you practice? It varies. I mean, this I'm just doing for fun. This I do not consider serious practice. I mean, Parham's a very good player, don't get me wrong, but I feel like Parham's not quite at the level of a Wesley or a Duda yet. So Davy Jones says, "Do what's fun, dude." Yeah, I mean, what's fun is good, but then I might not get adoptions. And I know everyone wants to see adoptions, so it's a catch-22 as well. Orange is Rad says, "Wasn't it yesterday on Levi's stream you said you weren't a New Yorker yet that shirt?" I mean, but this isn't a Yankee shirt. I have an actual Yankee shirt. Now, if I was wearing a Yankee shirt, that's one thing. But this is just like, it's just a random t-shirt I bought at like the Gap or, no, not Gap, sorry. I got it somewhere random. Oh, 1 second. Oh. So, all right. So knight d2, I could play f5 maybe, knight c5, or knight g5, I guess. b6 is also reasonable. I'm just going to play h6 to prepare f5 here. I'm not blazing ridiculous fast today because this is Blitz, not Bullet. But nonetheless, yeah. Elshan Hahini says, "Do you think Parham can be top 10?" Oh, yeah, thank you, Anastasia, for subscribing. Thank you, Romero Cesar, for subscribing. Thank you, Chessbay, for gifting a sub to Mannered Monkey. And Flurry, thank you for donating $5 with Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again. I can't fulfill that song request today, but assuming you want me to sing that, I'll sing that at some point. Or actually, that's not the name of the song, but yeah, I'll sing some ABBA or something, whatever you guys want. So Bishop G2, play G5. I'm way down on the clock again. Anytime I start paying too much attention to the chat, I end up like way down on the clock. So Rook D7, probably Rook A D8 or F4 next. Depends what he's going to do. Not sure. So Rook D2, Rook A D8, Rook D1, Knight D5 is possible. F4. I'm going to go F4. Because if Knight E4, I think I can play B5 and the Knight's trapped on C4 because he's got the Rook on D2 and the Bishop on B2. So he's got like no squares and my Knight controls both the squares. So Knight B5, I'll play Bishop D5. F3 was possible. Maybe I should have played F3. Nonetheless, it's still pretty normal. So I like my position here. I'm down on the clock, but since I'm actually paying some attention to my clock today, or in this game rather, I should be okay here. So maybe he'll play E4, or he'll play something else. He takes EF4. Did I hang there for a second? No, I didn't. Okay, that was just my other computer hanging. All right, so D4. I'll play like. Guess I'll offer an exchange with the queens. Why not? Queen B2. Maybe. He really wants to go Knight E5, so I have to come up with something to counteract that. And I don't have anything really great, so I'm just going to go Queen F5, Knight E5, and probably F3. Probably. That makes some sense. Yeah, I should play music. I already thought about that, you guys, but unfortunately, without the speakers, with all the speaker stuff, that's not going to work. So King H1, maybe I'll chuck with Knight F6. If D5, Rook D5... Maybe I'm just going to go Knight E4 or something, see what he wants to do. So we'll see. All right, if he plays Knight D7, I think I can just take. If he doesn't do that well, I think I'm good. I'm also threatening to take and go Rook takes D2. I could play my own music. Yeah, but without some music playing, if I start singing, it's going to be really bad. It might be American Idol quality, and that's not a good thing. So, oh, right, yeah. So, Elshan Hahini, I think, asked a question about Parham. Do I think he can be the top 10? It's very tough. It's hard to know. I think it's certainly possible. Again, it's very hard for me to judge because all these kids, they're so talented, and it's never really clear to me why some of them make it and some don't. So, like, in the U.S., you have someone like Jeffrey Zhang, who's extremely talented, and I thought he was going to be top 10 for sure. Well, maybe not top 10, but maybe top 20, 2730, 2740. And somehow he just stalled out for a while. Wait, takes? I can just play Rook D2. Takes, Rook B8. Pretty ugly. Knight C3, trying to go for the Knight E4 forkaroo. Doesn't quite work. But my point was going to be with, like, Jeffrey, for example. I was sure he was going to get there, and then he kind of stalled, and then he played really well in Gibraltar. He drew against myself. He drew against Kramnik. and there's really no rhyme or reason. So I think it's possible for Parham, but I mean, I think he has to play a more like consistent style, something a little bit less aggressive, something that's more universal. But he's definitely a very, very strong player. That's goes without saying. Bio says, my comments on Fabio have been misinterpreted, sadly. Distasteful journalism. I don't know which comments that is, or which comment that is specifically. You know, I don't pay much attention, and I don't really want to get into a political tangent. But on some level, I think one of the reasons that Trump actually won the presidency was in large part because of the fact that a lot of people see issues with the media and what they do these days, and I think it's wrong. I think a lot of stories, a lot of things get twisted because it's all about the clicks that you get as opposed to actual journalism. And so, you know, I don't want to get off onto a long political tangent, but I do think that played quite a role. So Queen C8, I'll play Rook B1. I'll probably take next move on C4, maybe go for Rook B7, something like this. So Rook D8 takes, and Rook B7 is just begging to be played, and I can't help myself. I've got to do it. He'll play Knight D6 to protect F7. I'll play Rook B1. He can't take because then I take with the pawn, fork the queen and the rook. Ibarek says, do I think Caruana has a chance versus Carlsen? I mean, I think he does, but I think he has to win. I think, you know, even if he's obviously capable of winning in a Blitz and Rapid against Magnus, it's always possible. But I think just based on everything people have said, I think that realistically it's going to be in his head as well. So I think he has to win one of his next two whites. And I mean, the problem is against Magnus, you don't get many opportunities. And when you don't capitalize on them, bad things seem to happen very often. So Knight E4, I'll trade and I'll take the rook. I don't know what he's doing because Knight C3, I have Queen F3, hitting the knight if he takes, and then F7 and G7, and it's just everything's collapsing. So Queen D8, maybe Queen F3 or Rook F7. I mean, he might even resign here because this is just so ugly for black. So he takes on E5. What does takes on E5 do that I don't... I've got Queen F3 maybe. Yeah, I like Queen F3. Just hit the pawn. If Knight D6, I just take the bishop because he still can't take. And if he pushes the F pawn, then his king is wide open with his rook on the 7th. So, Lick Glee says, how is India? I assume I mispronounced that, but anyway, it says, how is India? India was awesome. I loved India. I mean, the food there was just so amazing. So Queen H6, it's just good night. Come again tomorrow. So that's another win. The food in India was just tremendous. It was phenomenal. I mean, I've had good Indian food. I love Indian food. Obviously, I can't have too much because Indian food, despite being great, has 5 million calories, and there's always cheese and butter, and it's just... as Kramnik said a few years back, I think the quote was something like, he loved Indian food, but anytime he ate it, he gained 2 kilos, which would be like 3 pounds. And I tend to have pretty much the same attitude, which is that Indian food is really great, but you can't have it all the time, because when you do, then you're going to gain a lot of weight. Yeah, I mean, I mean, Indian, the food was amazing. I mean, the food just like, as someone who considers myself something of a foodie, it was awesome. It was really good. So Knight E5, I'll just take the knight. Queen C2, play like Queen F6 or maybe F4. Actually, I like F4 kind of. Just Queen F6, Knight E4, Queen G6, and then Bishop F5, Bishop G4. F3 is also an idea here. Rook E1. I can play Bishop F5. F3 looks good. Let's try to trap this bishop. So he goes to F1, and I'll play Bishop F5. If Bishop D3, I think I can start playing for Queen G5, Queen H4, and there's some lurking. There's some serious danger for White now with mate threats on the king side. So he goes Bishop D3. Play Rook D8, Knight C5, Rook D3, and Queen G4 looks interesting, maybe. I'll play Rook D8. Thank you, Flip Flap, for subscribing with a tier 2 sub. Thank you. Legend Dead or 10 says, you've never been in Hungary? I've been in Hungary, actually. I haven't been there for many years, but I have been to Hungary. Hungary is a great place as well. Knight D3. If I go queen g4, he's got rook e5, queen h3, knight f4. What's the objective evaluation of this? I'll play it anyway. So he's got rook e5, queen h3, knight f4, bishop c2, knight takes h3, but then I take the rook on d1. Oh, 2 kill. Oh yeah, because one kill. Yeah, of course, 2 kilograms is 4.4 because one kilogram is 2.2 pounds. My math is very shaky today. So yeah, it's not 3 pounds, it's 4 pounds. So knight f4, I'll play rook d8, threaten bishop b3 and rook d1 mate. h4 logical. I can play bishop c2, maybe king f7. Makes sense to stop rook e7 and penetration on the 7th. If I play bishop c2, or actually I've got rook d2, just rook d2, and both pawns are hanging here on f2 and a2. Right. So speaking of Hungary, though, I mean, I was in Hungary many years ago. So Hungary was great. You know, I loved it. I played in the first Saturday there when I was like 12 years old. I mean, I loved it. It was fabulous. Meanwhile, I'm winning this game. The whole queen side is going to fall, and I'm going to make some queens. This is it. I mean, I loved Hungary. Hungary was amazing. I mean, it's the first time really that I traveled. I was young. And I mean, I loved Hungary. It was fantastic. I have no complaints there. So I'll trade the pawn so he doesn't have any real mate ideas. And now I think I'm just going to start running the a pawn down the board. So if he goes g6, just king f6. Yeah, I was both in Buda and Pest. I went there several times. It wasn't just one time that I was in Hungary. And I mean, Hungary was fabulous. And I mean, I think of course when you get older, you start to look back at the trips when you were young, sort of more nostalgically than you would normally. So yeah, for me, I mean, Hungary was great, and I really enjoyed it. I mean, it was a lot of fun taking the train taking the train. I took a train along the Danube, going up Gellert Hill in Buda. I mean, fabulous. I loved Hungary. /19833 says hi from Italy, Naka. Ciao anche a lei. I've also been to Sweden. I mean, I've been like everywhere. I mean, it's kind of disturbing all the places I've been to. Now I'm going to play a2, rook c1 check, and make a queen, so he resigns. But yeah, I mean, I've been to Sweden. I've been to Denmark. I mean, I really like Sweden, and I do have Swedish blood in me. So of course, wait, rook g8, I take. I mean, I do have grandparents who are 100% Swedish, so Sweden's a place that's always interested me somewhat. And Sweden, I've been to Stockholm. So knight c6, I can play e4, I can play d5. I mean, this rook on g8 doesn't look correct at all here. I guess I'll play d5. If knight e5, I can maybe play knight g5. I can also take. Goes knight b8. This somehow black's so underdeveloped. This doesn't look quite right. But I've got to find something to do here because he's going to play c6. So I think I'll play g3, bishop g2, and I'm basically going to castle and say you played rook g8. If you want to go rook h8 back, you can do that, but it shouldn't really make a difference. No, I've been to Norway many times. Norway's great also. I mean, all of Scandinavia is great. I mean, I would say objectively Denmark's my favorite because I've found that the people in Denmark they feel a bit more relaxed, I would say, than say Norwegians or Swedes. So that's what I would say. Like, but nonetheless, you know, I really do like Norway too. Norway's a great country. I have nothing bad to say about Norway. So knight a6, I'll play a3, b4. Not FX says in real life tournaments when you move and then stare off into space. Are you bored thinking mind games? We're basically all of us look into outer space. We look up at the ceiling because we're basically visualizing the game in our head and we're calculating variations. Maybe I'll play f3, try to break the center here. So we look up at the sky because we're calculating variations, and it's kind of like one of those things where it's like you're looking at a line and it's like, well, does this work or does that work? Why did I just take and open the G file? What am I doing? That was moronic. That was really stupid. For some reason I forgot that just opened the file. Whatever. Knight h3 takes. He'll take. What was that? Oh, whatever. I don't know what that was. Bishop e3. And I've made a complete mess of this. So I'll go king h1, knight h5, rook f3. I can also... I guess I can play rook f3. I don't know if he should have taken on e3, because now I play rook f3 and I can take, and I'm still worse probably, but it's not as clear as it was, because now my king's kind of safe. I thought he had some knight h5, knight takes g3, and I was busted. Finland's awesome too, but I mean, I don't know what Finland is. Like, some people say Finland is Scandinavia, some people say Finland like is Eastern Europe. I mean, it's never really clear to me what the actual answer to that question is. So rook g8, that's a free pawn on a7, but I trust that I can't take it. I don't know if I can. Maybe I can play knight f4, or maybe... No, rook c2 is too much. Let's see. So I guess I'll play knight f4. If I can get knight c2 and just hold everything, I'm doing great, because this bishop and this knight aren't really doing much here. Thank you, Moscatel, for gifting a sub to Chessically Inclined. I mean, Finland is amazing. I've only been to Helsinki one time, and it was only just overnight, but I went into the city and I loved it. It was great. So queen e7, knight e2. And now I think I'm better, because the knights are just perfect here. They're holding everything, and black's pieces here. I mean, he's got this queen and this rook and this open g file, but his knight and his bishop aren't doing anything special. I mean, I guess what? He's got knight e6 or something? Oh, did I just blunder knight e6? But I can take. Knight h5 could be a problem. What is going on here? Queen a7 takes. Queen h6. What is going on here? So he's going to check, or he's going to take on f4. He takes on f4, so by taking on f4, I think this gives me the chance to throw in some checks now, maybe. It goes king d8. I guess I'll throw in a check, because now when he goes to e7... Or wait, why did I do that? He can just block with knight e6. Ah! No. What am I doing? What am I doing? Ah. Why did I do that? And now I'm just completely, like, lost, kind of. Like, not even kind of. I'm just busted completely. Anyway, yeah, Finland's great, though. I do like Finland. I mean, Finland, I mean, I know people say Finland like it's Scandinavia. It's not Scandinavia. I mean, people say it's everything. So, you know, it's just one of those things. What to do? I'll play rook c2. He'll probably take. I'll go king g1. Not exciting at all. Obviously, I'm lost, but... I mean, he is getting kind of low on time, but I just gave him knight g5 here. And he can also take. I mean, there's no reason to just try and play on. So let's start over. New streak. Thank you, Distant Fire, for gifting a sub to Katkati. Okay, let's play like a Magnus. Let's play like a Magnus. e1, e5. I'll take. What did Magnus do? He did something. I guess I'll play queen c7. Maybe knight f6, knight d7. I think this is what Magnus played, if I remember the game correctly. Bishop e3. I can take. I think the move here is castles and f5, though. I think this is how it goes. f4. I don't really play these lines that much, so a little bit unfamiliar with them. I'll take the double pawns. I'm just gonna try and play h6, g5, g4. So, yeah, so knight d2, I can play rook d8, I can play h6 maybe. h6 looks... Why not? I'll just play h6, g5, g4. No, I mean, he's going to try to double my pawns up on c5, and he's going to get that if he wants it. But I'll go g5. And we'll see what he wants to do. So yeah, have I ever been to a place that I didn't like at all? I mean, there's some places I haven't been crazy about. I mean, if I had to pick some places, I mean, let's see. I mean, I would say Russia's always okay. I mean, but I feel like Russia's one of those places where if you don't speak the language, and I don't speak Russian, it's a little bit tricky to really get a sense or a feel of what it's like. So Russia's one of those places that I would put on that kind of that list probably. But beyond Russia, there aren't really places I would say I dislike much. I mean, like when I went to Spain and played the World Youth events, I mean, it was in a pretty lousy location. But I mean, that's not to say that Spain itself is bad. So In general, no, I wouldn't say there are many places. So knight d2, now I'm going to go h5, g4. There aren't many places that I dislike. Very few. So, yeah, just in general, I mean, it's... because most places you can get by with the language, with English. In Russia, you can definitely get by with English. I mean, pretty much everyone speaks some, but it's one of those places where it feels like you can't really get a sense of what it's like if you don't speak the language. And yes, Japan, you're right. Japan also even more so than Russia. I mean, pretty much nobody speaks English in Japan, so that's a good example too. Knight b3, I guess I can play queen d7 or queen e7. d7 was fine just to go queen d4, but I thought maybe this endgame white was okay, so I didn't want to play this endgame. I want to protect the pawn. I guess he's got queen f2. I can take on c4, but I'm going to play bishop f8. I could take on c4, but I thought maybe he reroutes the knight to d3, and then my bishop on f8 is really bad. So I'll play rook a4, hit the knight, try to win a pawn. Probably he'll move the knight somewhere. Or he'll play rook b8. But I think here I'm going to grab a pawn. Wait a second. I've got queen d6. Queen d6. Hit the rook. Threaten queen d1. And I think that's it. Should be it. Time for another game. Alright, so... I mean, maybe he's still got rook b1, I guess. But rook b1, he's getting passive. Like, I'm going to win the pawn, and then I'm going to control the d-file too. Like... Or not the d-file, like rook d4 and c4. This is pretty ugly because his rooks, he just basically wasted a tempo and gave me the d-file. My queen's not on e6. So like rook d4 and c4, and this is pretty ugly because now the bishop's going to become active too. And maybe I've even got g4 at some point. Brandon Run says, any places that were so badass that you consider moving there someday? I mean, there are many places that I love. I mean, for me, I mean... As is well documented, I do love Vancouver. Vancouver is probably my favorite place in the world. So Vancouver is one place in Canada that I absolutely love. That's one place. Beyond that, in the U.S., probably Colorado is a place that I'm very fond of as well. And then outside North America, I mean, if my Japanese was better, maybe I could live in Japan. But in general... I mean, I can't think of anywhere specifically. So if I check or what did I do to this? So he's got knight f3 coming. I could play like queen somewhere. Queen d4 maybe. Queen e6. Actually, queen e6 picks up material maybe. Knight f3 takes queen g4, king f1, queen f2. I don't know if this is correct, but I'm going to do it. I'll take on g4, king f2. Oh wait, what did I just do? Oh, what did I just do to this? Oh, geez. What did I just do? Oh, what did I just do to this? Unbelievable. Just unbelievable. Wow. So, okay, takes... King d6, f3. And yes, and there's the flag. Woo! Good save. Good save. All right. I mean, Montreal is also reasonable, but I mean, they're all the Quebecois there. I mean, Montreal, it's fine. It's not my favorite place. I'd rather be in Paris than in Montreal. Paris, or maybe in the French Riviera, like Nice, for example. Very fond of Nice as well. So knight f3. Yeah, so let's see. So yeah, it's kind of turning into like it's like I'm playing, but it's turning into like a Q&A at the same time. So Timothy Connolly says, Montreal, I hear they put ketchup on pizza. I hope that's not true. That sounds absolutely disgusting. That's like just horrendous. That's like the sort of thing you would expect Americans to do. You'd expect Americans to come up with some kind of really stupid idea like putting ketchup on pizza. You would not expect that from Canadians. That just sounds completely wrong. And as someone who's been to Italy many times. Like, ketchup on pizza, that's just wrong. That's just, you just don't do that. There's some things you don't do. Eric Nakamura says, Eric Hansen eats ketchup on pizza. I sincerely hope you're not being serious. I mean, if Eric puts ketchup on pizza, he's hopeless. He's hopeless. I mean, ketchup does not belong on pizza. Poutine. Now that's interesting. I wonder about poutine. So I'm gonna play a4, a5, push the a pawn right up the board. He goes g4, so I'll take knight d2, and I think I'm just up a pawn here, aren't I? It's just like one clean pawn, e4, kick the bishop, and play b3. This is pretty ugly for black, pretty ugly. And now I don't know if I'll play e5. I can take and play like knight c4, but I'll play e5. He's gonna go rook c8 to try and get counterplay on the c file, but I think I'm not in time really though. Maybe rook c5 takes and rook c1, rook c8, rook c1. Because the problem for black is, okay, f6 is a logical move too. I'll play f4. I don't want to give him some e5, d4 pawns in the center. So after f4, if he takes, I take back, and I'm going to get a knight to e5 and control a blockade. If he takes on e5, I'll just take back. So king f7, rook c1, threaten c6. Now maybe h3 is possible. I really want this knight on d4, but it's hard to get it. Maybe h3 is possible. He'll play h5, I'll take, and play like knight f1 maybe. Now I'm going to go knight e3, knight c2. If d4, I'll go rook c4. I mean, pineapple's pretty normal. I mean, I would never eat pineapple pizza, but I mean, like pineapple, which is, I think it's in most of the world, that's just considered like, what's it considered? It's considered Hawaiian, right? I think it's Hawaiian pizza in most of the world. Fe. Maybe rook b6. Bishop d5, just b4, b5, c6. I mean, black's in some trouble here. I mean, I think it's considered pineapple in most of the world, if I'm not mistaken. But I mean, that's not like, if I go c6, what? He's going to go bishop c4. I've got knight d2, so I'm just going to go c6, c7. And I mean, this is looking pretty terrible for black here. So d3, I can play like knight e3. I can also maybe just play a5. But a5 is going to get some weird g3 thing going, or... Huh. Maybe I've misplayed this a little bit. Feels like maybe I've misplayed this. So I'm going to go knight e3 to try and force d2, and then I'm going to go c7. So now he has to go rook c8, I think. And then I'm going to go king f2, king e2. That's my idea. So I get the rook off the f file, and I gambit a pawn, but my king's going to e2. I've got two connected, and his bishop's weak on d5. So king e2, and now it's just game over. I mean, bishop b3 I can take on d2. I can probably even play a5. I'm just going to keep it simple because e6 is hanging here. So this is just winning. I'll take king g5, maybe rook f6. Plant the rook, rook f5, rook f4. Both are coming. King h4, maybe just e6 now. Have to be careful because the king is stalemated, actually. Like, the knight and the rook stalemate the king, so if he could somehow take the bishop off, he might have some weird, like, rook c2 type ideas to draw. So that's the only thing I have to be careful about. But bishop e8, rook c5, he can't go to e7, so now maybe just b5. King c3. Rook e2. If I go king d3, he's going to take, so I'll go king d4. d1, just b6. I mean, this is just terrible for black. He resigns, so next game. Tomato. Some people even have tomato sauce on pizza. That's a good one. That's a good one. Who would have thought it? Tomato sauce. Pineapple is worse than ketchup. I mean, I don't do either, so I can say that I have some self-respect. Knight b3, I'll play b6. Probably he'll play e4 or g3. I don't know which one. Ketchup is not tomato sauce. It's not quite the same thing, you guys. Not quite. Fullaham5 says, what do you predict the results of the World Championship will be? I mean, I've already said it many times, but I think Magnus is going to win 6.5, 5.5. Now, I have a feeling we're going to have something very similar potentially to what happened in the last game of Topalov and Anand, where that match was tied. I think it was 5-5 or it was 5.5 each. And then in game 12, Topalov was white. It was a Queen's Gambit decline. It was a very even position. And And then Topalov went all in insane, and he lost the game with white and lost the match. And I think that could definitely happen again with Fabiano, because the pressure on Fabiano, I think, needing to, not needing to, but really feeling like he's a huge underdog in Rapid or Blitz, I think will prompt him to take all his risk, take a lot more risk in game 12 if they're tied than he would otherwise. So knight e5, maybe he's going knight b5. It's possible. d5 also, b5, a5 is possible. But I'll take... I can't let him get a6 because then my bishop's going to be stuck on a8 forever. So knight a4. Play a6 maybe. Why not? Because if he goes b6, I'll go bishop c6. So knight b3 is a good move. Now maybe I can play rook c4. Or knight c4 maybe. Maybe knight c4. Very interesting. Rook c4 and ab5 looks interesting. I'm going to sack this way though. So rook c4, I'll play ab5. Oh wow, he doesn't even want it. He doesn't believe in his position. Wow. That's shocking. I did not think he would play b6. So I can take e3 and play rook c8. That's the safe choice. Let's see if there are other options. What other options are there here? Knight e3 looks like just the very logical kind of regular move. Okay, I'm just gonna try to play an endgame here. So rook c8, he'll take, I'll take. a4, queen c1, no good, queen b6. Now, I mean, b7 is what I was calculating. I'm trusting that I did not miscalculate this line with bishop a4, but we'll see. Now, if he moves the knight anywhere, I just take it. I just take on c3 and b2. This bishop is awesome. And then b6 falls. So I think he just has to play b7. He doesn't even have a choice. So this is winning as well. Chicken pizza is the best. Well, I think you guys are just trying to troll me now. So knight c3. If I just take and check. I mean, what is check and check? Yeah, I don't know what that was. That was just very strange. So, okay, next game. So d4, maybe c4, knight c3. Are we going to get a Grunfeld? No, he's going to play a King's Indian. Oh, which there are 5 million lines. Let's play one of the boring lines right now. So Gilad 905 says, what do I think about the format of Rapid and Blitz tie breaks? I mean, it's tough because on one hand, you feel like it's a classical match. It shouldn't be decided by Rapid and Blitz. But at the same time, if it isn't, you could also have something like what happened in Karpov, Karpov-Kasparov, where you have just a million draws. And I mean, that's the problem. So it's like, if you have that happen, then it's like, what do you do when you just keep drawing game after game after game? So it's tough. I don't know what the right solution is, but I think especially in this day and age, even more so than the 80s, the draw rate is getting higher and higher. So to me, it seems logical that you have some kind of a tiebreak like that. So rook d3, f6. I guess I'll play bishop e3. If knight c4, I'm just going to play rook c1. Try to take advantage of the c file. Knight, so it goes b5. Play b3 maybe. Knight d2 also is possible. He takes. I can. Wait. I can't take with the rooks. He's got bishop h6. Whoops. Whoops. But now let's see. So if I could get my knight to d5, I'd be doing really, really well. So let's see if I can maybe start with rook c7. Try and take the 7th first. H5 logical. I'll take the 7th now. If he goes bishop h6, I'm not worried about this pawn, so I'll get some checks and g6 will hang. He goes rook e8. I guess I'll go king c2. Probably knight b3, knight a5, knight c6 is another option, or knight b1, knight c3. One of the two I'll play for. So I'll take. I guess I'll take with the bishop, and now I'm going to try to put the knight on d5. And he can't go bishop d6 because of rook c6. If bishop d8, I've got rook c8, so I don't really see how he's going to stop me from getting my knight to c3. I mean, I guess he can play bishop b4 maybe, but I think after a3... I mean, bishop a5, I think I can check. b4, this is kind of dangerous for black now, because knight c3 is really strong. If I get the knight to d5, black has big problems. And already, like, f5 might allow f5, maybe there's rook a8, probably fe, or f4 even. Not so clear, but I like knight c3. So king f7, and now I think I will go rook a8. And I think black's in big trouble now, potentially. So bishop d8 is also a logical move. Maybe king f3. So I can plant the knight on d5 now. Or he's still got king e6, so maybe not quite. So let's see. How do I do this? Knight d5, king e6, and Nice, whatever. I'm just going to retreat and play h3 and kind of just wait. King e6, I guess. Let's go king f3. I mean, probably he'll play king f6 here. I mean, the problem is I don't really have many moves. That's the problem. I mean, neither of us really have many moves here, which is a... Okay, let's go for it. Let's see. I don't feel like waiting around anymore. I'm going to go for it. King g5, I could maybe take and go knight d1. Oh, wait, but then he's got bishop g5, rook f8. This might not have been so smart by me. Knight f2, maybe king f3, knight e4. Takes king g4. Oh, he's got bishop e7. Ah, I missed that. Careless. Takes maybe knight g5. Yeah, this isn't going to work out very well for me, I don't think. Wait, rook f8? Wait, no, rook a7. Got e4. But this does nothing. I don't know what I'm doing this game. What am I doing this game? I should not have lost this game. This was really badly played by me. Oh, whatever. New streak. I am winning by like 3 or 4 to 1 though, which is actually pretty good. So, let's see, like, do I have some rook e8 coming here? Some kind of weird tricks? Like rook e8? And I don't know, like knight h6 or knight... Why I should have gone knight g5. Why didn't I play knight g5? And rook b8 was better too. But... on check, maybe check. And yeah, that's enough. Alright, next game. Luckily against Parham, I think I am beating him by a pretty wide margin, like 4 to 1 almost, so gaining points. Carlson said he does not have a chessboard in his home. Do you believe him? Do you think he works without a board? I mean, I have a board in my house, but I never use it, so actually that sounds completely logical. Completely logical. I mean, I don't think most top players, they probably have a set, but we don't really use it much. That's for certain. So, I mean, we all have sets, but yeah. Thank you, Moscatel, for gifting a sub to Bigfoot. Thank you, Pat Moak, for subscribing. Thank you, I think I already mentioned Distant Fire. Just scrolling through for Katja. So yeah, knight d2. I could play bishop g4. Try to. I think I will because I want to play f3 and close this long diagonal. So bishop f3. Wow, this doesn't look right somehow. So rook c8. If knight c4, oh, whoops. Well, it didn't look right, but then I hung a pawn. Luckily on knight c5, he can't take with the knight. If he takes with the pawn, I'm still fine. But that was just a complete oversight by me. So he does take. I think I should play queen a6 here to play knight e5 and try to control d3 and control this diagonal as well. Knight d7 looks fine. Queen a4 maybe. Knight b4 also. Options to play. Takes. I'm hitting the knight on a3 now, so he has to move his knight. Knight e5, queen e4, queen a4 looks pretty decent. Actually, queen e4, do I have some... Wait, I've got queen a4, just hitting the pawn. Now maybe a6 at some point is also in the air. Eric Nakamura, chess is an esport. Where have you been? Yeah, I mean, chess is becoming more and more of an esport, and sometimes I wonder why it seems like some people haven't quite caught on to that yet. It strikes me as a little bit odd. So I'm gonna play knight a5. Can exchange the knights maybe. Or wait, he's got queen b2. Wait, no, queen b2. I've got f6. To try to exchange the knights or take the pawn on c4. Knight a7. Wow. What is knight a7? If rook a8, knight b5, I think I can take. If I take and I get 2 rooks, there's no mate. I don't know what's going on here, so I'm going to play it. Let's see. Rook d1, because I'm going to go check f6 and g5 and try to go g4 and mate him. So I don't know if this works, but this looks extremely dangerous for white. So knight d4, logical. I could check and play g5. I think I should check first and play g5 maybe. Knight f5, king f6. Oh, he's got queen h5. Oh no. Oh no, I completely missed that. Oh geez. Oof. Very, very bad on my part. Wait, do I have rook a6 maybe? Like rook a6 and king f8 or something? Or no, I don't even have that. What am I doing? This doesn't work at all. I don't think it does, at least. Anyway, sorry you guys, I went silent for 1 second. Just trying to take a look at the position. King f8. Yeah, this is pretty terrible. Takes maybe like I can play like knight f8 maybe, or rook, maybe rook f6, hit the knight. This is all really bad. This was not my intention at all. Queen g8, king d7, I guess. It goes e4. I'll still go king d7, I think. Just get my king out of the way of any tricks. F4, interesting. I did not expect him to play f4. Because now I can play rook e1 and he can't go e5 because the knight hangs. And his king is maybe a little bit open now. If I can ever get a rook e3 and put, threaten to take on f4, it could get a little bit dicey for white. Queen g8, I guess I should play rook e4. Why not? He's going to go queen b8, I guess. Is that his idea? That's probably his idea. Queen b8, and I don't have a good way to defend. Maybe king c7. I'm not sure what this does exactly, but it's something to try for. Just to avoid any tricks. He's still got knight h6 maybe. Knight g7, I think I can take f4. Goes knight d4. Now I can take with check and I get rook h6, rook g6. And I just have rook h6, rook g6! Bye-bye! Alright, next game. Okay, that was awesome. That was really awesome. Alright, bishop f4, maybe knight d2 or e3. Okay, he plays b5, so I'll play e3. Knight d2, bishop d3. c5, castle. Bishop e7. I can take on c5. I can play c4. Many different things. I'll take and play e4. Zabam says, how often do you stream? I mean, I've been streaming pretty regularly recently. So I'll play. Can I play b4? Let's have some fun. I don't know if this works, but I'm gonna do it. Probably it doesn't work, but I'm gonna go for it. So I mean, I've been streaming quite a bit recently. I've kind of started to like streaming. It feels like something interesting. You can bring content to the fans. And much more importantly, thank you, Porygon Sucks, for subscribing. Wait, c3? What is knight c6? What is knight c6? Anyway, yeah, so so what I was starting to say is, I mean, you can bring content. You can also like sort of bring it to life as well. So it's pretty good. Thank you, NXRBL, for subscribing. A2. I can play rook b4. I mean, why not? It's just 2 pieces. Just queen a1. It's 2 pieces and it's the 2 bishops, more importantly. So like, and black has some weaknesses here, so it's pretty tough to play for black. He'll play h6, of course. I don't know if I should take or play bishop h4, but bishop h4 g5 felt a little bit wrong. And here I'm going to get bishop c4 d5 or knight c4 e3 d5. So it looks pretty good. So rook b8, maybe bishop c4, maybe even just b5 to clamp down on the structure. Knight c4 would allow d5. That's exactly what I don't want to do. So I'll play b5. Just put the pawn on the same color as the bishop. I can play bishop c4. I can play knight b1 even. Knight b1, knight c3 looks pretty nice. And he can never attack the pawn, because once knight gets to c3, it's just so well defended. So rook c8. Good move. I'll play queen d2. So now he plays d5. Now I can take and play bishop h7. That's one way to proceed. Knight c3 doesn't look quite right, so I'm going to take, throw in a check, take. E5 is loose. The only danger here is I have two knights, and knights are great pieces, but in endgames, especially when you have knights against rooks, like two knights against a rook, it's not easy to play at all. So that's the one tricky part about having two knights. So I guess I'll go queen c4 and queen b4 maybe, or queen e4 maybe. Let's see. So he plays queen g6, knight, rook e1, e4. I can just play knight e4. If he plays f6, now I think I'll go queen a4. He's going to get rook d3, so I have to be careful of that. I guess I'll play knight e4. If f5, I'll go knight g3 and knight h4. Rook e7. I can play knight g3. I could also play knight h4 here, maybe. I think I'll play knight h4. Queen c7, queen c2, maybe threaten all kinds of discoveries. Thank you, Ricky Boy Nor, for subscribing. Knight f5, hit the rook on c7, d7. I think I can play h4, h3. I think I'll play h4. Maybe g4 was better, just to try and control these pawns a little bit better. I don't know if h4 was right, but anyway, I'm gonna go rook e3, try to play rook g3 and mate him. So yeah, I mean, I am sort of watching the chat. Wait, do I have knight c5 here? If he moves the rook to c7, I get knight e7 check, so he has to throw in rook d1. Knight e7 is a huge threat, and now I've got rook g3 next move as well. And I think this is just winning, because knight e7 is just a crushing threat. Queen g4, I mean rook g3, queen f4, knight e6. Ooh, very ugly, very ugly, very, very ugly. So Polo Kazic says, did Naka become staff on chess.com? No, I'm not staff on chess.com. I just stream on chess.com. So rook d2. Oh boy, is it mate? I see a mate coming with two knights. So he resigns. I had knight e6, rook e7, or knight g6. Both were mate. Okay, so all right, so let's see. So c3, knight c6, probably like knight d2, knight f6, bishop d3, or okay, h3 castles, bishop e2. I mean, actually, since there's no sound today, it's going to be different. But I suspect that once I have some speakers tomorrow, specifically, that the sound will not actually, the double click will become pretty much non-existent since I'm not flipping windows, and I'm also reading the chat, which means I'm making a lot less of the manual pre-moves. Victory Condition says he's been double clicking after putting the piece down, not before. I mean, that's the other thing, is like, I sometimes do that, I think subconsciously, like, I think it's a normal game and I'm making some kind of impression because I'm happy with a move. So anyway, yeah, but move out is a bot. That's not a human, so don't get angry at the bot. So a5, I don't really want to play b5, but I can't really take, so I have to lock it up. Knight e5, I'll take. Takes with the bishop. I can play f6 e5, also interesting. I think I'll play f6 e5 and try to shut this bishop out of the game, because now his bishops are worse than my bishops. Bishop h6 maybe, put pressure on the queen. He might have to play f4 now, which is not really what you want to do here. I mean, he might have to, but actually f4 probably is completely fine though, because if I take, he can just take back with the e pawn. If I take on f4, he still can take with the pawn. So, then doesn't seem like it quite worked out the way I thought it would. So he takes, rook e8. I destroyed Ben Feingold says, who of y'all lost money with Bitcoin? Not me, fortunately. I mean, I've never been a big believer in crypto, so not a crypto guy. Rook c1, I guess I'll play rook e8. f4 is the only weakness here. White has this one weakness. I don't really think I can take advantage of it, but maybe I can play g5. Doesn't look right. I guess I'll play rook d3. I'm going to try to do something. He's got rook d1. Big draw. Big draw. Maybe I can take and play g5. I'll try to keep it interesting, I guess, with g5. Maybe try to get a bishop d2. I mean, The problem here is he can also maybe get his light square bishop in. So there are issues for both sides here. So king f1. F5 would be a terrible move. Maybe rook e3. d1. King f7. Oh, he's got bishop d2 and rook d3, and it's just a draw. Maybe just rook e7, make a draw. h4, bishop h6. Not a very inspiring game. I guess I'll throw in a check. He wants to go this way. Interesting. But now I'm going to get my bishop on this other diagonal. And the problem here, well, not problem, but the issue, I mean, I guess there's just really nothing here for either side, probably, because you can just go king f2 or king f4, bishop e4. Not much going on for either side, really. I mean, this should just be a draw, because I'm going to go f5, king f6. And, I mean, I guess he's still trying somehow with rook f2, but I'd be a little bit afraid. Okay, so bishop f3, bishop e4, and now it's just probably going to be a draw. Maybe bishop e2. Do I have bishop h1 maybe? Threaten mate on e4? Wait, whoa, what is this? Check, check? Whoa, what is he doing? King... Oh, he's got king f4 back? But king f4, rook c3? I mean, the structure is very bad for white here. This is not really how it should have gone. Uso Lando says, please tell Alexa to play smooth jazz. Yeah, I mean, I just can't do that. I've already commented quite a few times about the sound and things like that. So that'll happen tomorrow. If I stream tomorrow, that'll be tomorrow. And actually, I will be, because I'm playing the Arena King. So I'll definitely be streaming tomorrow. So rook h2, I guess just play bishop e4. Even rook c2 looks good. But I'll just play bishop e4, h5, maybe rook c2. Bishop's kind of pinned here. h6. Oh, wait, why did I put the rook on c2? That was not very smart of me. Maybe I just actually blew it, kind of. Maybe not, because I can still go king f7, king g8. And I mean, I've still got two passed pawns here that he probably can't stop both if he plays bishop h5 check. And that's why he's thinking, because he's trying to figure out if he can. I don't think he can, so I'm going to go king f8 here. Just to be... king g8 might have been better, maybe, but... I think this is winning. Because if he moves the rook, I can go like rook g2 and c3, c2. I mean, or even maybe rook f2 check and f4. Actually, this looks pretty strong too. f4, king f6. I mean, I guess just rook g2. And I think this is winning. So rook h4, play like c3, c2 maybe. Or wait, did I blunder some nonsense here? Oh no. Oh no. I'm gonna have to flag him here. If I have a flag. I think I do have a flag in me. Yep, and there you go. Okay. Not good technique, but it worked. Not the best technique I've ever shown, but it was good enough. So bishop f4, I guess just e3, knight d2. He seems to be playing these like unorthodox setups I'm noticing against London. What color is that red? It looks really interesting with the shadow. You mean the background, or you mean my cap, or what? So anyway though, so knight c6, knight e5. BGH13 says it's true. Hikaru is normally much better at flagging than that. That's a good one. That's a good one. Yes, that is true. I am the father of online flagging. I do agree with that. Now, what I'm wondering here is, can I actually sack on h7 and go knight g5 and queen g4? I mean, I assume that I can't, but it's very, very tempting. I guess I'll take and maybe take here. Wait, but this, does it not work here? I feel like it should work here somehow, but I can't quite make it work. So I'm just going to play e4. I feel like takes in bishop h7 was interesting, but I mean, I couldn't quite figure it out, and I feel like just losing super fast. So rook d8, rook e1, I'm going to go bishop c2, queen d3. That's my idea. I don't like rook fd8 here because he loses the idea, he loses the possibility to ever play for f6. And now after queen d3, he's going to have to play like g6 and loosen all these squares around his king. So like queen d2, I guess. Or wait, then he can take c3? Not great. Maybe I'll just chuck a pawn with queen e4 or something, or let's see. If I take knight d4, rook d4, queen e3 is possible. Doesn't look quite right either. Queen e4, bc3, dc3, queen c3. Just not quite right. Not quite correct. Anyway, I'll still play c4. He'll play knight b4, of course. Till take on c2. MX, that's Mana, says, much slower than the other day, my eyes aren't spinning. Yeah, I mean, yesterday I was just obscene. I mean, I was moving so fast. It was just like insane. Really insane. The b5, queen d2, I'll hit the pawn on h6. He can take on c4. Okay, so he does it this way, which I don't really like the way he's playing this, because now, I mean, he's not up a pawn. I can play rook c1, but I can also play like queen f4. Now he's got problems. This bishop is not great on c6, e8 rather. So d3 logical. Play just a3 maybe. Just put the pawn on a safe square. Queen e7. I'll play rook c1. Take away the c6 square from his bishop. Rook a4. Queen d2. Rook123 says, can you try again moving your king at the start? I mean, what, you want the bong cloud again? More bong cloud? I'm not really feeling the bong cloud today. And I mean, Parham's a good player. I don't feel like that would be very respectful against him to do it. So I'm gonna pass on doing the bong cloud against Parhamov. Or yeah, I mean, that just doesn't feel right against him. He's a good player. I shouldn't do that. So let's see. Any other questions in the chat? Looking. Yeah, if you guys have questions, just go ahead and ask. I mean, I've got the chat open, of course, so watching the chat as well. Gardon says, Bong Cloud is a rubbish. Bong Cloud is not the best opening ever. I will agree with that on that. So Queen d5, so he wants to go, wait, do I have knight e1 here? He wants to go bishop c6, but after d2, knight f3, he's going to drop the pawn. I think. d2, knight f3. He can still play like queen e4, but I think I can just play like h4. If rook d2, queen b1. So if I play h4, rook d3, queen c2, I don't quite see how he's saving this d2 pawn. h3 might have been safer just because I created a weakness. h3 might have been safer than h4, but so I mean, yeah. Calm down, everybody. Calm down in the chat. So h3 might have been safer than h4, but still, this looks really good. So rook d3, I'll play queen c2. I mean, he just doesn't. He doesn't have a way to save the pawn. Bishop c6, I play rook takes d2, and he can't even play rook f3 because I trade the queens and then queens first, and then I take the pawn. Wait, but if I take, he takes, I can play queen e. Or no, I can't play queen e4 because if I play queen e4, he's got rook d1, queen e1, bishop takes f3. So I've got to take, and this is why the pawn should be on h3, not h4, because now like there might be queen g4. Exactly, there's queen g4, and I basically like dropped the pawn right back for no good reason. I guess I'll play queen e2. Takes, I could play like b3 maybe. b3 doesn't look right, so I think I'll play queen e2, hit the pawn. b4, but now a4. What's going on here? b3, a5. Because this a pawn's very fast, and my queen holds everything. So I guess I can play like g3 maybe, or king h2 doesn't look right. So I'll play g3, create a square for my king. I'll play g4, 5, king g2, and I'm gonna play f3, so that the king is very safe now. Although I probably can't really win this position either. I mean, I'm up on time, so I'm gonna offer a draw. I mean, that game I probably could have tried to flag him too, but I mean that would be slightly wrong. So let's see, c4, I'll just take d3, knight c6, e4, knight e7, or knight d2, knight e7. Make the h3 face like the, wait, what? Yeah, well, anyway, h6, a4, a5. Probably he'll take. Maybe bishop e6. I mean, I should have won that last game because I should have played h3, not h4, and then I would have won that game for sure. But I mean, whatever. It's no big deal. Water under the dam. Or no, water under the bridge. Sorry, water under the bridge. That's what it is. So, what is wrong to flag? I mean, I don't mind flagging. So, hey there, Bigfoot. I see you're in the chat now as well. Bigfoot's awesome. It's good to see him here. So yeah. Sorry, it's water in the dam. I keep thinking of that scene from Charlie Wilson's War. That's the problem. So I keep thinking of that scene, and it's like I'm thinking of that scene from the movie with what's his name, John Slattery maybe, and Tom, or not Tom Hanks. Sorry, Philip Seymour Hoffman. And so I'm thinking of that scene, and that's why I'm getting myself confused. So oh, is there a free pawn on d3? Oh, I suck. I'm so bad at chess. That was a free pawn. Oh, I'm so terrible. That's pretty bad. So I guess I'll play b6 here. Try to stop c5 or b4. If you play c5, I can just take and go rook d6 and then knight b4 next. So he does play c5, but I think the thing is everything's kind of safe here because if I get the knight to b4, I should just be better. So he plays knight e1 logical, but I think bishop d2 looks pretty good now, maybe. Or knight d... No, bishop d2 takes, knight d3, knight d4, bishop c4. I don't have anything great, so I'll just play knight b4. If he takes, I take with the c pawn. I also have c6 then. He doesn't have knight d3. He doesn't have rook c1 because I control that, and I control both c1 and d1. So, anyway, all right, so king f1, I can play knight c6 maybe. Or now I can play bishop... No, bishop d2 he'll take and then go rook c1. So I don't want to do that. I think I'll just play knight c6. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. And if he takes, I'll take back and then I'll play c4 and just get rid of the double pawns. All right, so let's see. Let's see what else in the chat. Not a whole lot. Okay, so he takes. I'll take back with the rook. If king e2, I'm going to go c4. Rook d1. I think I'm going to go c4 anyway. Not too afraid. He'll definitely take on b4. Oh no, he doesn't. Wait. If I take, I'll play rook c4 now. Maybe c5 is possible. Knight a2. Doesn't. I feel like I should have better than what I'm getting. But I'm going to go bishop f8, knight c6, and then a4 is going to fall. And once he loses a4, it's 2 pawns, and this should just be completely winning. King d3, rook a4, b7, just bishop d6, knight c2, knight b4. I mean, I'm going to get 2 connected passed pawns now, and white can go knight e3, I guess, and hope for something. Or maybe king c4. Maybe it's not as easy as I thought it was. Guess I'll play rook a6. So knight b4, I have rook a4. And I think that should be winning. King b3, I'll play rook c6. He can still take, I guess. But if I play rook c1 and rook f1 and rook f3, this looks pretty bad for white. Free rook. GG. Next game. Okay, so I'll keep playing the London while it's working. I mean, I feel like if I'm playing someone as good as Parham, I don't feel like I should do any of that Bond Cloud stuff. That just feels very disrespectful. So c4, knight c3, probably e6 or g6. I don't know which one. He goes g6, so bishop e3, knight somewhere, or b6, g3, probably bishop g2. We'll both castle. Maybe I'll play b4 here, hit the knight. Goes knight e6, interesting. I thought he would put the knight on a e4, not an e6. Now I like knight d5. I like my position. Flag after Bond Cloud, Naka. You know you want it. I don't really feel the Bond Cloud today. Sorry. It's not the Bond Cloud day for me. So d6, maybe I'll play knight d2. He can always take on d5. I'm not too afraid of that. Plays knight g4. I don't have any tricks, I guess. Knight e7, he just takes. Maybe queen b3. I guess I'll just play queen b3, protect the bishop. Takes. What's that? Did I actually see the PDF about the Bond Cloud? Yes, I did see the PDF. That's how terrible of a person I am. I actually did see that PDF. Someone sent that PDF to me long before I even heard about it on Twitch. I think I saw someone in Seattle that I know sent it to me like 2 years ago, and I was just like, I thought it was the stupidest thing I've ever seen, and then somehow it made its way back around, and then people were familiar with it, and it's just very, very bizarre to me. So I'll play b5. I want to go like knight b4 and knight c6 maybe at some point. Like if he plays e6 and knight b4, I want to see if I can do something here with like e3 and then plug the knight on c6 potentially. So that's what I'm aiming for here. He does play d5, so I think I will take and play e3, and I don't know what he's doing exactly because it looks like again it's going to be more free material. Oh, wait, no, b5 is hanging. Sorry, b5 is hanging. So, no, it's not. So, and if I play a4, then he has queen d6. So, actually, no, it's a pretty reasonable move that he played. E3, queen b5. I take and play knight d5. Pretty drawish. A4, queen d6. I think I'll play a4, queen d6, knight a6, actually. This looks more logical, perhaps. Or rook b1. Actually, rook b1 looks... he doesn't have anything to stop e3, knight c6. So, it looks completely fine. So e3, knight e6, knight c6. What is this something? Abacus Fish JD says, by stupidest thing you've ever seen, you mean most influential chess publication since my system, right? No, definitely not. That is not what I mean at all. So rook d7. Guess I'll play rook d1 maybe. Try to play for knight c4. Possibly. A6 gives me knight c4. No, or I still got queen c7. And if I play knight e4, wow, knight e4, knight e4, queen e4. He's got rook take. He's got ab5, rook ab5, ab5. Doesn't quite work. I feel like there should be something here for white. It feels like it. Knight c4, queen c7, knight b6 maybe? And then rook c1. Okay, let's go for it. I don't know if this works, but it's too good to pass up. So takes a5. His queen and knight are overloaded. Queen b7 I take. He takes, I go rook c1. He can't go rook c7 because I have knight e7 check. So question is, what can he do here? Because this is very, very tricky for black, I think. So let's see. Yeah. I mean, that's what we're talking about. Yes, the bond cloud. That's what we're talking about. So d4. If I play queen b5, he goes queen a8, queen b8 maybe, or rook b5. So he plays d4 to open it. Now e4 closes it back up, but maybe I should just take with the rook and play... I guess I'll just take with the rook and play king g1. It seems like a reasonable way to continue. If d3, I've got knight e7 check. In fact, if bishop f8, I also have knight e7, so... this might just be very good for white. I'm not sure what he has here exactly. This looks kind of bad for black. Men play the Sicilian, real men play the King's Gambit. Oh, you guys are killing me. So I guess I'll take bishop d4, queen c4. Everything's still protected, I think. He's gonna move the bishop somewhere. I mean, this is still not so easy to play. I guess queen e4 makes sense, so I can play rook b6. Or rook c5, keep both rook moves available. I think I'll put it on c5. And now I'm just protecting everything. So now I'll go king g2, queen f3, and everything should be pretty safe. d2, maybe like rook c2. Rook d1, queen f3. And now everything's protected, so now I'm right where I want to be. Maybe like knight e5. He can't go rook g1 because the knight protects it. Oh, wait, what? Wait, what did I just do? Oh, wait, I just blundered something. No draw, sorry. No draw, not this time. Not this time, dude. So, another time. So, yeah, all right. All right, so that's another one up. So I think I'll try to win like three more, and then I'll stop. That's my plan. Actually, we really played 22 games in 2 hours. That feels like, or maybe it's more than 22, but that feels like kind of like a very high number a little bit. So bishop f6, maybe rook e8. Probably takes. No draw. Niet. Bishop f4, d5. I mean, this is pretty boring too. I don't know why I played the Berlin. I've been playing very interesting, and now I decided to play the most boring thing out there. Queen f3, queen d7, rook e1, bishop g6. Maybe bishop g6 isn't necessary, but I want to go knight c6, knight c7, knight e6, and I couldn't do it because he would take. I'd take, and then this hangs. Queen g3, I guess bishop e7, knight f3, f6. Knight h4, I can just play bishop e4, f3, bishop c2, or even bishop c2 right away, maybe. Maybe just right away. So I'm threatening g5, possibly. So, Ham Honey says, are you analyzing the World Championship tomorrow? Yes, I am. I'm going to be back on the stream with Danny and... wait, what's this? Rook c1? I'll be back on the stream with Danny and Robert. So I will be doing commentary again tomorrow. Rook e1. So I'll just play bishop f8, retreat. I had bishop e6 maybe. Should have played bishop e6 first. But anyway. So, 22 games is only 2 hours, 12 minutes, so I'm just an idiot. Okay, good to know. Good to know. Now he's got to be careful of g5. Actually, is g5 just winning material suddenly? Because if he pushes the pawn, I go g5. If he moves the bishop, I go g5, and the knight's trapped. Yeah, I'm going to go g5. Queen g3, knight g7. Now, he's going to lose material. Takes. I mean, this must be terrible for white, but that doesn't mean it's easy to play. If I play like rook e8, queen h6, rook e8 looks reasonable. 5, maybe like bishop d6. Then queen h6 is his idea, so it's not so simple. Bishop f7, queen h6 also. All right, let's see. So maybe just rook e7, queen h6 is tricky too. So, maybe it's not as easy as I thought it was. I thought this was just a free piece. If I take queen h6 and I just take the rook, queen h7, king f7. It looks like I'm okay, maybe. King f7. If he takes, rook h8. Or wait, I can't go. Wait, rook h8. Queen f6, king e8. Oh no, I can't go. Oh wait. What did I just do then? Oh, I just missed the strength of this queen f6 move. If I go queen e7, got queen f4 or something. Wow, I just completely missed the strength of this queen f6 move. I just somehow missed it. If I go queen d8, then bishop g6. Okay, let's see. I assume I'm busted here, but I don't see it right off. Bishop g6, king f8, queen h8, bishop g8. Queen f4, I start running. I assume this is losing somehow, but I don't see it right off. Cool Breeze G says the Bond Cloud PDF is 34 pages. What I saw was only like a page and a half, and it's probably the stupidest thing I've ever wasted time on in my life. So anyway, we'll see what he wants to do here. I mean, surely I'm lost here somehow, but right off I don't see it. So we'll see. So f4 I saw, but f4 I thought gave me like rook h8. And if f5 I can just take. Maybe. I mean, this is still probably good for white. But wait. Takes and bishop f5? Or bishop f5? Wait. Okay, takes. And I have check and knight h8, king f8. This doesn't look right at all for white. It's throwing a check. Oh, if I take, he's got queen f6. So maybe king g8 first. If knight g6, then maybe queen b2. Or I can take, maybe queen f2 also. Or takes. Oh yeah, I can take and go queen f2. And I'm threatening mate and f4 hangs. And if f4 goes, he's got no attack. Oh, he's just busted. On h3, I can just go queen f1 and queen f4. And I mean, queen g3, not 100% conclusive, so I'll just take here. And now this is just clearly winning for black. Because basically by losing the f-pawn, there's no attack anymore. e6, I think now I can probably just play queen f5. Yeah, queen f5, and he has to take, and this, I mean, it's just lost. And he just resigned. So that's another one in the books. All right. Knight f3, bishop f4. Probably e3 next move. GGO out of really hard defense. Yeah, I mean, that was definitely losing somehow, I'm sure. But f4, I mean, f4 looked like a natural like flow kind of move just to keep making moves without calculating something forcing, but it actually was a bad move. It's a b6 knight e5, bishop b7, maybe bishop b5, but I'll just play c3, keep it real. I don't know why I'm playing queen a4, but whatever. C4, bishop e2, a6, knight c6, I think is a move here. Let's go for it. He'll take, I'll take. What are my thoughts on the Halloween Gambit? Is the Halloween Gambit actually losing by force? That's actually one thing I wasn't sure of. I know it's supposed to be bad, but I'm not sure it's losing by force. Play a3 maybe. Take, nah, I'm not taking a4, looks wrong. I'll play a3, I'll play c4, bishop c2 or something, or knight b6, but now I get b4. c4, bishop c2. This could be a touch unpleasant maybe if I'm not careful. Touch unpleasant. But let's see, so if I need to set up my defense, what's the easiest way to do this? So f3 is one way. So I think I'll go f3, bishop g3 maybe. And if rook a8, I'll just play rook a b1. He'll take, obviously. I'll take, and I'll go bishop d1. And I think that should be okay. Bishop d1, and now I hold all the pawns. Knight a4, I can always just take. Now I go bishop e1. It goes rook a3. I think I'll play knight f1. Just get my knight out of the way. Now my bishops, I mean, my bishops are not great, but I think they're good enough. And now I'll play rook c2. Try to exchange one set of rooks at least to loosen the tension. I could play bishop d2 also. I don't know if I want to take. Or I can play e4 maybe. h4 doesn't look right. Maybe I'll just play knight g3. Try to bring the knight to c2 or e2 or something. If I can get the knight to e2, I should be fine, because the knight on e2 will guard everything. Knight e2. If he takes, knight, okay, plays knight d6. But now I think I can take and play like knight c1, bishop c2, and I'm really not so sure that black is even better anymore. Because he doesn't have the break. I mean, if he can get knight a4 and knight b5, maybe, but it's not completely clear to me. It goes f5. I'll play rook b2, rook a2 even. And yeah, now black's lost the advantage completely. Now black can't win. Black is still completely fine, but the winning, I don't know, I should have gone to f1 to keep the e2 square available for my my knight. That was a bad decision, but he's going for the Fischer h2 pawn. This was definitely better for black, but now it's going to get dangerous, I think, if he's not careful. E4 doesn't look right, so I'll play h3. Try to force him to do something, or else he's going to end up with a weak pawn on g4. I could play e4. Maybe just bishop f2. h4. I'm going to go king h3 maybe, or... No, now I'll just play e4. Now I'll just go all in. Knight e7, e5. King h3. Maybe like f4, bishop d1. I didn't want to play f4, but I mean, I didn't see anything better. And I mean, this pawn on h5 could be a problem long term for black. Could be being the operative word. So knight f3. If he goes knight a4, just bishop e1. I mean, just bishop c2 even. Don't really see why this should be a big deal. But now, let's see. Knight c7, maybe knight g5. Whoa, he takes. Wow. Wow, this is very interesting. Now if I go bishop c1, knight d3, bishop e3. This is interesting. I don't know what's going on in this endgame. So knight e8, bishop e1. Oh, I can't do any. Oh, and I just blundered. Oh, I don't believe it. Yeah, I mean, whatever. That was just blunder that completely. Very, very bad. Whatever. Next game. All right. So castle plays c5. Take knight a6. What was the question? Someone asked a question. I thought I saw a question in there. Yeah, he had knight g2. That's why knight g2 is the issue. So knight a3 takes. feel like this is something ancient. Bishop d4, I can just take on c4, play bishop e6. I feel like I had something similar to this against Fabiano, if I'm not mistaken, like in St. Louis. Rook c1, just rook c8. Will I ever play the Dutch again in a serious tournament? It's always there. I mean, I've played the Dutch many times. I mean, it's not like it's something that I don't know or I don't play, but I just haven't had an opportunity that makes a lot of sense recently. Queen d3, maybe. Oh, wait, no, f6 is not possible. What am I thinking? So knight d6, I guess. Just protect the pawn on b5, threaten f6. Knight b4 is lurking as well. So there's some issues here for white. So someone's asking me about the Fabi Magnus endgame. I'm sorry, what about the endgame? Is there some question about it? Ugh, this is ugly. Ugly. Maybe I trade on c1 or play queen a5. Bishop f5, e4. If knight takes e4 there? Maybe I do. Knight takes e4 takes. Let's see. I don't know if this works, but let's see. So knight takes e4. Am I just blundering something here? I could just be blundering something. Let's see. So he's going to take. I'll take on c1, I think. He has to take somehow with the bishop or the knight. Probably the knight, I would guess. So I'll take. I'll take on e4. I mean, queen b4, I just take on f1 and then take e5 and I go queen d1 check at the end. I think at least. We'll see. Okay, queen b4 is always possible. That's for sure. Actually, queen b4, maybe I can play a5, force queen d2, then rook f1, king f1, bishop b4, bishop b4, bishop. Okay, so he does play queen b4. If I play a5, the only square to protect the bishop is d2. Every other square I can trade rooks. So I think a5 makes sense. I think I'm just winning actually because queen d2, rook f1, king f1, bishop b4 I take, and then the queen is undefended on d2 at the end. So takes, and GG, yo, GG. Bishop b5 and white's just busted. So, all right. That makes up for the last one because that game I was just getting cooked like a goose. I was just busted out of the opening. So that's a good win after the last one. The least instructive game ever played. So bishop d3, castle c5, c3, or maybe knight e5. I'll play the same thing I did last game, but I'll play something. I'll play some modified version. So rook a d1, maybe like rook f e1. I'll give him this whole pawn rush that he wants. I'm not too worried about it. Maybe knight f3. Can we get scholars made against someone? Yeah, I mean, wait, takes? Knight e4, bishop e4? I mean, is he tilting a little bit? This feels like a tilt game, kind of. This feels very much like a tilt game. It's like e4. I mean, this is pretty ugly for black. Like, bishop g5? Not crazy, because I want to take and then trade and go queen h7 mate if I can get the knight to g5. Knight e5, what does... Wait, what? Oh, did I just want to return the favor right back? Oh, this is sickening. Ah, just gross. Ugh. Ugh, so gross. Just return the favor right back. Wait, bishop b7, knight f3, and I've got nothing. So gross. So gross. All right, so I have to start back from 0. Try and win even position again. c4, I could play like, I guess I could just trade and play queen d1 maybe. I guess I'll trade everything. Play rook d1. It's got rook d5 though. Not ideal. Not ideal. And if I play, I guess I'll play rook e1, maybe rook e4 or queen e4 ideas. d3. So I'll just play rook e3. I don't really love this position that I've got in this game. This is not a great position by any stretch. It's b4, but now maybe e4. Queen c5, king e2. It takes, I'll take. Not completely clear. Oh, you mean my tweet that if the endgame was drawn, the whole game, all of chess is drawn? Well, it's more that like there's no way there should ever be a fortress when you're down a piece for a pawn like that. I mean, White's pawns were blockaded. I mean, everything Fabiano did was right, and that I mean that just felt so wrong that there's some crazy fortress. So yeah, I mean that's the main thing. So G6, logical move. I can take on B4, but that doesn't really make sense. I guess I'll just play Queen D2. And now I'll go G4, G5, try to take advantage of the king position a little bit. Maybe, I don't know if G4 might be a little bit much. So he takes, I'll take. Queen A3, so he's asking me to play E5, and I will play E5. Maybe H5. I'm not so sure why he let me play E5, because now the pawn's on a dark square, so the bishop can attack it. But at the same time, he can't really attack these pawns anymore on A2 and C3. So I'm going to try to run with my king up and open G2 for my queen. That's my intention, at least. So we'll see. So Queen C6, I'll go King F4. Maybe he'll move his queen somewhere. I don't know where exactly. Queen B7, throw on a check. King H8, I'll go back to D2. Maybe not necessary. But I gave him Queen B1. Queen D7, Queen C1, King G4, no checks. Oh, he's got Queen F5. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. I missed Queen F5 completely. Oh dear. But Queen D4, it's still kind of under control. C4 is weak. He doesn't have any checks. Can maybe take. I guess I'll just take C4. I can maybe play Queen H4 as one option. Queen G4 is another one. I don't have any way to really. I'll play Queen E4. Try to be tricky here. Queen G7, and now I'm going to try to run with the C pawn. I'll throw on a check. Play Queen E4. Throw on a C5. If Queen G6, I'll take and go Knight D4. This is still not easy for black to play here. It's still probably a draw, but the knight protects the king very well. It's very hard to get any checks with the queen. Yeah. So we'll see what he wants to do. In fact, he's also getting very low on time again. So, I mean, if I go Knight C6, or maybe just C6 is best, yeah, to put the knight on B5. Knight B5 maybe. This looks very hard to play for black. I mean, I think black's okay objectively, but it's Knight D6, now threatening C7, and now takes, and Knight D4, and I think this is losing, actually, for black. If I play like Knight C2, maybe put the knight on E3. D4, let's see. Wait, King A3? Maybe I misplayed this slightly. So takes. Knight C3, Knight D5. Oh, whoops. I actually blundered. He had Bishop E7 there at the end. That was really, really bad. But anyway, next game. That's what I'm up by 20 to 6. So what did I do? What is this? Ugh. I guess I'll castle. Although now this is turning into something normal again. Bishop E6. Well, I mean, it's not. I see someone saying Knight G1 was winning. It's not Knight G1. It's a Bishop H6. The whole Bishop H6 idea is just ridiculously inhuman. I mean, it doesn't make any sense that you want to get your Knight to G1, get it trapped, so that then you can zugzwang the White King, or not the White King. So you basically zugzwang, or not zugzwang. You get your Knight dominated on G1 so that you can run the king to H8, and then white has to move the bishop away. And I mean, it's not so much that the idea is impossible to find, it's that it doesn't make sense as to why does the idea work there and it doesn't work in another position. That's the main thing about it. So I think I've got some E4s and Knight D5s coming. Oh, he's got Bishop B2. Okay, I'll take and play Knight F6 and try to make a draw again. This actually is pretty even, in fact. It's slightly worse for black, but not much. Like Rook D8. I can play like H5. H4 is probably a bad move because he gives me this G4 outpost for my knight down the road. So Bishop H3, I guess I'll take. Probably take with the queen or the rook. I'm not sure which one. So I can go king g7, or I can just play like actually rook d8 just makes a lot of sense. Try to exchange the rooks too. Now queen d4, I think I can take. So king g2. I'll put the pawns all on dark squares. Bishop doesn't have any squares here, which is important to note. It's queen d5. Queen b2, logical. Now I could play like b5, but I think I'm going to play queen c6 to try and keep this bishop out of the game here. I mean, maybe I can't really do much about it coming into the game, but it seems like a try. So I'll play a5. Actually, a5 takes, maybe not so good. Although, let's say I take. Play b5 maybe. I'm going to try to do something with queen c4, I think. Like right now, maybe. If bishop f1, I think I can take and go knight d5. Queen b2. Oops. I did exactly what I should not have done. I let him get bishop f1. And now I'm going to have to play... Now I'm going to just have to make a draw with queen b5 and queen takes b4. Or he can try to play for a win and maybe make a loss now. Because knight's really strong on g4. Like if queen c5, I can go queen f6. Or queen c2. Both lines are possible. Bishop e2. I could play like queen c2, I guess. And this should just be a draw, I think. I mean... I'll just offer a draw because he just takes, and then we're gonna, you know, make a bunch of repetitions and other kind of nonsense. So, so I see a request from Zero William IW A5. Thank you, by the way. Thank you. Was it? I think Moscatel did Moscatel gift a sub to Harlem Knight or something? I think he did. Anyway, okay, so like I can still play queen c4 takes king f1. So. Guess I'll go king f8. Jack. Queen d5. Maybe like... I think queen d3 holds here. Because he can't trade because I come in very fast with my king to e4. So, I mean, this again is just a complete draw. Or maybe not. Maybe I missed this h5 idea, actually. This is actually a very nice idea, h5. So... Let's see, maybe king h7, try to get the pawns exchanged. He's got queen f6, but I figure queen f6 I can go queen c4. This should be fine still. h6 I can just take, obviously, and queen h8, king g5. Queen f6, queen c4 I think is the move. Yeah, queen c4 is the move. So now the queen on c4 holds everything as well. So I'm going to end up with double pawns, but the queen's always attacking b4. It also controls f1, so white can never bring his king into the game, which is very important here as well. So, I mean, this should just be a draw, but all right, if he wants to keep playing, so be it. So takes, I mean, there's very little left in this game. G4. I'll just play queen c4. Play g5 or maybe even just b4. I mean, is g5 really that big of a deal here? Because I don't think it is, because I can always just go king, okay, b3 maybe? g5, king h5, check, king g5. He can go king h4. I mean, he can win a pawn. This much I'm sure. He can go king h4 or king f4, but I'll just go g5, and he's gonna have to bring his queen back to hold. So I mean, this. I guess I'll go to g8. Queen d6, maybe king e8. Okay, g5. Play b2 maybe, or queen b5. Wait, what, g6? And check and take a pawn? Maybe like b2 is possible, or queen b7. I mean, this like I offered the guy a draw, and now he's gonna like probably ask for a draw again. It's very annoying. Okay, I guess he just resigns. I mean, I offered him a draw. I don't know why he didn't want to take that one, but whatever. Okay, next game. Actually, I'm playing like a London, or not a London, like, sorry, what was that? Why not queen f8? Oh, did he have queen f8 somewhere? Did I miss something? Maybe I missed something. So just like bishop f3, e4, bishop e2. I'll take on e5. Probably he'll take d e5, maybe queen f3. If e4, just queen e2, and then the diagonal's open. So his bishop becomes to life in a hurry. I guess knight c4. Wait, why did I do that? Why did I do that? That was stupid. Maybe a4, try to create the square for the knight again. Because he can't play rook b8 because the bishop covers the square. Go c4, also logical. Maybe like rook fd1. Let's see. Bertrout says Naka wearing a retro Canucks jersey. I mean cap. Yeah, I mean I'm wearing this is very retro. I mean I feel like this is like circa the 90s, isn't it? I mean it's been a long time since the Canucks had this cap. So someone says, how come the live ratings aren't being updated with all the draws? Well, they actually are. The fact is, right now, Magnus and Fabiano have basically the exact same rating. So that they are being updated. It's just that basically neither player is gaining or losing points with every passing game. I will play knight g3. I don't know. I mean, b4, knight a2 looks reasonable enough. I don't like f5 because now he gives me queen d5 check. And then if I can get a knight to d5, I've got c7 and e7. So it's pretty good. What's the question? The question is, what is my dream car? I don't have a dream car. When I was a little bit younger, more naive, I thought like the sports cars were awesome. And I don't get me wrong, I like sports cars, but I kind of have outgrown that phase. Like BMWs are nice, like, but they're not all that special. Mercedes, fine. I mean, it's just a car at the end of the day. So I mean, I like them all, but they're not really like. I mean, it doesn't really like make me go wow wow wow. So I guess I'll take play knight c7. He's gonna go knight d3. Obviously, I'm gonna take on e8. I guess. And now I can take on. Maybe I'll just sack the exchange back and go knight f1, knight d2. He takes the e pawn. Interesting. Knight f1. He's got to go f4. Whoa, he doesn't play f4. Wow, I thought he would play f4 to try and open the e file. Because now I think after f4, I don't know how I can't be better actually. Because after rook e1, I mean he can't ever attack this pawn in a4. He can't ever come in here either. So let's see. Do I want to play e4 or not? Or do I just want to make a draw? I guess I'll just take and play knight f1. Maybe knight g3 is an idea. Not right here, obviously, but at some point maybe. Wait, actually, did I just make a slight inaccuracy? Maybe I did. So knight d2. If rook h6, just rook h1. Very slight inaccuracy I made here, but it doesn't actually make a difference. So bishop e7. I can play e4 again. I think I'll just play knight f1. But he has bishop h4, and he wants to go rook g6. Okay, so now I'll play. But now I did everything in the wrong order. So now I just gave him rook e6. I should have just played e4 earlier when there was nothing in the position. That was very stupid of me. But actually, rook f2, king g4. Maybe it's not so simple for black. Bishop f2, rook h2. Wait, what is it? Because rook b2, I can just take on f2. What is bishop f2? What is bishop f2? What is he doing? What is Parham doing? I'm confused by this game. So takes, go like rook c2 probably. I can play like rook. I can play knight b1, knight d2, knight b1, I guess. I mean b2, knight b1. I gave him rook c3. I shouldn't have given him that. That was a mistake. Wait, the check. I mean, this probably is just losing somehow. Maybe not. Knight e4 if d2 takes. Or d2 king e2 maybe? What is going on here? What is going on here? So, this is crazy. Does he really not have any way to win here? Takes. But now I just throw in a check. Take. Maybe it was a mistake to put the pawn on f5 actually. But okay, let's see. This is still probably a draw though with correct play, I think. Because if he checks king here. Yeah, this is still a draw. So rook b7. hit the pawn, h5, rook b5, king g6, now h4, and it's just a draw. So I'll throw in a check. Okay, 5, 6. I guess king e3, and I mean it's just a draw. Rook a5. I mean, what is he doing? Is he trying to make a loss? Oh wait, I just blundered. Wait, what? Whoa, what is this? Queen h2? Wow, okay, well, it's I'll take it. A flag is a flag. At the end of the day, a flag is better than not a flag. Bishop b4, e5, c5, a3 takes. I mean, obviously he missed a mate in two, but I mean, we both missed everything that game. So I don't know if that's really saying a whole lot. h4, I guess I'll play like bishop d7, h5, h6. I'm going to play one of these super slow lines. This bishop a4 with like knight d7. Maybe I'll play f6 at some point. I think I will play f6, like right now maybe. It takes. I can take with the pawn or the knight. I think I'm going to take with the knight and go knight e4. Or just castles, in fact. This looks pretty good. Rook e8, f4, knight e4. h3. I don't know what... I'll play knight f8. I'm going to try to exchange this knight. Oh, whoops. Oh, whoops. That was a mistake. I just blundered an exchange. Funny thing is I blundered an exchange, but this knight on e4 is extremely strong potentially. So I blundered a knight, but it's not... I mean, I blundered an exchange, but it's not actually a terrible blunder because these knights are going to be really, really good. And now this is a free pawn on c3. And it's already starting to get very messy potentially for white. So, okay, he wants to go queen b4. That's his idea. If I take on e2... or wait, I could have done it because the knight protects the rook. Don't wow. Whoops. Maybe a5 then. I forgot that queen b4 was not a double attack on the knight and the rook, but c3. It's looking a little bit dangerous now. Queen c1, queen c4, knight f6. Ooh. Maybe like e5, just blasting it. It's starting to look very, very dangerous. And if he takes, I play d4 and his bishop is trapped because everything's protected. King f1, I'll take. Maybe just like rook f4. I mean, it's just completely busted for white. Like, completely busted. Like king h2, just knight f6 even. King f2, knight f6. He can't take on c3 because of knight e4, forking the king. Knight e4 might win here, but knight e4 probably is good. But I'm going to play bishop c6. Threaten rook g2. Got rook e4 next. Also the bishop here on queen c3. There's no longer a pin on the king and the queen on c4. Shankopotamus says, amazing how easy it is to see blunders when I'm not playing. That is true, actually. That's a very good point. I mean, we always see everything when we're not playing. It's pretty funny. So queen c3, I could play rook e2 here. Queen e2, I think it's just queen e2 and rook g4 is just shakmat. Wait, actually, I've got check. King h2 is mate. King f2 walks into the family fork. Everything just falls to pieces. I mean, it's a free rook. He just resigns. Next game. All right. I think this is going to be the last one I play against Parham, pretty much regardless of the result. Because I'm sorry. I think I don't want to play one person for the whole stream, and so I'll play someone else after this game ends. Let's see. So rook d1, probably e4, knight d4, knight e5. Play knight d5 maybe, or just rook c1. Just rook c1 looks fine. Rook d8. Now I'll play knight d5. I'll take. Let's see. So he has to take with something on d5. That's for sure. So he takes. I've got queen c7. I've also got bishop b5 maybe. Bishop b5 looks very nice too. c6, knight c6, bishop c6. But I drop a pawn at the end because b2 hangs after we exchange all the pieces on c6. So I guess I will just take on c7. d7, queen c2, threatening another fork with bishop b5. Free exchange. Free. Everything is free. Okay, but knight d3 is a good move. So if I take on d7, queen d7, not crazy about it, but not exactly bad. Queen a4, knight c1. No, queen a4 hangs knight b2, so if I take queen d7, queen c7, queen a4, b3, queen a2, queen d7, queen f2, king h1, rook moves somewhere, queen d5, queen e3, bishop g1. Okay, I'm going to trust that my analysis is good, and I'm just going to play it, even though I don't think anyone understood what I just said, including myself. I was looking at queen a4, b3, queen a2, queen d7, queen takes f2, king h1, rook f8, queen takes d5, queen takes e3, bishop g1, hitting everything. And we're going to even get it, of course. Of course we're going to get the line because it's what I just spent like 20 minutes mentioning. And this is going to happen, obviously. I mean, you know it's going to happen. Like, it's not even a question. You know it's going to happen, obviously. So, yeah, so he's going to go queen f2. I'm going to go king h1. He'll probably play rook f8. Then I play queen takes d5. If queen takes e3, oh, rook e5? What does rook e5 do? If I just take on d3, take the rook on e5, and then take the bishop on d5, or queen e8 check, queen takes e5, with the check on the king on g8, a gg. All right, so takes, and that's all she wrote. So after bishop e5, I can take the bishop here. I can also go queen e8, picking up the bishop on e5. I mean, it's all curtains. So, anyway, yeah. So, Comma Chat says, have mercy on us. My head will explode. So d2, I can play rook f1. Rook d1 also looks, rook d1 looks pretty good too. Yeah. Yeah, so bishop e5, just queen d5, and I mean, it's just all over. What is happening? Oh, someone clipped it? Awesome. That's awesome. What is queen b2? If I just... he wants to go queen c1. He's trying to go for some trickery here. So queen d5, queen c1. I can actually even just take. I mean, that actually... Or no, actually I should check. King h7. I take because queen h8 is mate and 1, so he has to take back, and then I just take, and I've got knight e6 or knight f5 check, discovery, and then I pick up the pawn after queen c1. Or queen f3 also is possible. So or wait, no, you know what? That's enough. That's enough, actually. That's 30 games. 30 is way too many against one guy. So let's see. Penguin's online. Kulik's online. Man, a bunch of people are online. Let's see. So who's online? Big Fish is online too. Big Fish, I think Big Fish is Fedoseev. So let's see who else. Okay, a bunch of people are online. Is anybody going to play or not? That's the question. Let's see. Moving right along. Okay, is nobody else in the mood to play? I guess I'll challenge Delugi then. If Delugi's also there. So okay, I'm gonna play Delugi a few games. So e6. Delugi is now going to play the London against me. Okay. It's kind of funny. So c5. Guess I'll play queen c7, like bishop d3, knight d7, something like this with c4. Guess I'll just take. Knight d4 probably, take some castles, and pretty boring game. Pretty boring. So rook c1, queen e7, or cd5, just knight d5. Bishop d3, h6. If knight f6, you run into bishop h7, knight h7, queen h5. Like queen e7. Yeah, I guess I'll play bishop d7 here. Play Duda. Thank you, Rick, for subscribing. Queen b3. Oh, I meant to go queen b4. Oh, well, that's okay. That's pretty funny. I meant to go queen b4, but that's pretty funny. Whatever. That's kind of annoying actually to slip like that, but whatever. So e3, c4. I guess queen b1. If bishop b4, king d1. Takes, bishop takes c4. Bishop g3. So c5, I think king e2 is correct, if I remember this line. If cd4, I have rook d1. But anyway, we'll see. So he plays knight c6. I could take on c5 now, maybe. He takes, I play a3. Try to force that bishop away. Rook d1's also coming at some point. I've got two bishops as well, which is pretty nice. Queen e7, I think I'll play rook d1 now. If he plays rook d8, I can probably just trade. If he castles, I can play b4, so I'll trade. Queen d8, queen c2, threatening bishop takes e6, also bringing my rook into play as well. So there's a ton of danger here lurking. Thank you, Eric Human, for subscribing. So queen b6, I could play b4, always logical. I don't really want to play b4. Maybe rook c1 is there. Yeah, actually I like rook c1. Put more pressure on this bishop, and now queen b3. Try to exchange the queens, go bishop a4. Use the c file. Looks pretty good. So castles, bishop a4. I think black's in a lot of trouble here. Rook c8 I can just take. If he moves the knight, I'm getting rook c7. Knight a5 runs into b4, trapping the knight on a5. So I think this is pretty bad for black. So we'll see what he does here. Yeah, we'll see. He's still got some moves here. It's not like this is just winning completely, because he is threatening knight d4 check because the rook's on c1. I mean, I can take and play like knight d4, knight b5. There are a lot of possibilities. I'm going to take and play rook c4. Idea is to play rook a4, put pressure on a7. I also might want to bring the knight to c4 as well. So knight d5. I could play like rook a4. e4 is possible too. But I like rook a4 here, because I force him to put the bishop on c5, and then he has no knight b6. And this is pretty unpleasant, I think, for black. I wouldn't want to be black here. Shankopotamus says the super fast explaining all moves and possible responses is so crazy. Thank you for that. I just going at my normal speed. What can I say? So I can play bishop e5 here. But he's going to take and go rook b8 and knight d3, rook b7. And it's still very good for white, but it's probably not winning. Knight e5 maybe also makes sense, knight e5, but knight e5, rook b8, knight d3, rook b7. This is really good for white, but it's not quite it's not quite to the point where it's just winning, but I guess I'll go e4. I'll go e4, and I'm just going to try to run the a pawn. This seems like wait, do I have rook b7? Knight a4, rook b4, knight c3, king d3, bishop a3 takes. That's probably good too. But I'm going to play what I feel is practically best. I think rook b7, knight a4 is probably technically winning. After rook b4, knight c3, king d3, bishop a3 takes, because I've got 4 pawns here. But, I mean, not so clear. Leon Moongooner says, Naka is insane in the best way possible. So, thank you. Appreciate it. So, I think here I can play bishop d6 and cut him off that way. I can also play knight d2, knight c4. a5, a6 is logical as well. But I think knight d2 to go knight c4 and put this knight, keep this knight in the corner for the rest of the game is probably the way to go. King f8. I guess I'll play knight c4. I could play king d3, I think, to force the bishop to move. If bishop c5, I've got knight e5. If bishop a7, maybe knight e5 anyway. I mean, this should just be technically winning for white. I don't see any reason why it shouldn't be winning. Naka, no use explaining your thought process. Us mere mortals don't get any of it. Okay, sorry about that. I mean, I am going pretty fast because it is Blitz. Just in my normal speed. But, and also, I mean, I'm having to talk because since the sounds are a little bit messed up, you know, I'm having just basically... So knight a5 would allow knight b6, and I don't want to do that. That's for sure. So I guess I'll just play a5. I'm actually threatening knight b6. Is knight b6 just winning? Yeah, because he can't go knight c7, and when he takes, he can't stop me from getting the pawn to b8. So that's all she wrote. Ba-dum. All right, next game. So okay, I'll play the same thing because that last game was completely reasonable. Just unfortunately a little bit too Little unfortunate that queen c5 instead of queen b4, but whatever. Okay, so knight d7 probably takes, or e4 or something. Maybe e5 is an idea as well. Actually, just, yeah, why not e5? Takes, queen e5. That's about equal. Maybe slightly better for black, just because, I mean, the pawn structure is not ideal for white. But it's nothing terrible for either side. So he does play knight f3, which I'm kind of surprised by. So I'll take rook d8. Probably rook d6, rook d8. Something pretty boring. I guess play b6. Put the pawns on more dark squares. G6, maybe h5. This position's very even here. Neither side has any real advantage. Usolando says, "Don't make the same blunder again." Yeah, I'll try not to. So I guess I'll play h5. Just take some more space, maybe on the king side. Maybe h4 at the right moment as well. I mean, of course, at the same time, I am putting the pawns on the same square as his bishop, which is not always advisable. But in this case, I think it makes sense. So queen a6, what does queen a6 do? I mean, I can just play queen e7, protect. I mean, he's got queen a4. I guess this is what he wanted. I'm going to play g5. I think I'm not sure it's good, but I don't see how he can attack the pawns here easily, so I see no reason not to play it. So I'll play queen e5, hit the bishop. I think I'll play a5. Oh, I had knight e4 there. Oh, stupid me. I could have just been better with knight e4. Very poor. But it's still, position's still pretty balanced. I mean, I wouldn't say I've got an edge. He definitely doesn't have much here. Neither side really has anything much going on. So I think I'll play knight g8 to go knight e7. I'll try to redevelop my knight a little bit. Plays b4 or c3 will hang, I think. I'll take. Takes with the a pawn, queen c3. Okay, so he takes with the c pawn. So now I'm going to go c4. I mean, knight e7 or knight f6. It's always the age-old debate. I don't know which square is better. I'll put on f6. I don't know which square is better, but now I'm probably going to have to go all in and attack. So if I play d4, queen c4, de3 looks fine. Queen c4, de3. Maybe I could have played c3 first. Maybe it was slightly better. Maybe. Or no, c3 allowed rook d4. What am I talking about? Rook d4, trade. Oh wait, did he have queen c3 there instead of rook takes d4? Oh, he did. He had queen c3 instead of rook takes d4. Yikes. Okay, rook c1, logical move. Maybe knight e8 to go knight d6 and protect the pawn. So we'll see what he wants to do. It's Chachi says, "Nice Canucks hat. Love the logo." Good to hear. Very good to hear, actually. So queen a2. I guess I'll play queen f4 maybe. Hit the rook on c1. Queen a1, maybe knight d6. Oh, did I just give him rook d1? Oh no, I just gave him rook d1 probably. I guess I'll take and play like knight b5 or something. I really messed this up badly. Maybe c3. And now I've got rook a4 though, because if a7 I can play knight a7, he can't play queen a7 because then his rook hangs on c1. So we'll see. I mean, what he's going to do here. It's actually tricky now because like rook a4 is a very serious threat, because then I can go knight d4 also. So we'll see what he wants to do. He does play a7, so I can take rook a4. A8 is no good, so I have to take 3. I think knight b5 maybe. Let's see. So rook a4 is no good. Queen f6 is no good. I guess knight b5. Just queen f6. Rook c5 was winning. He missed rook c5. He had rook c5 and it was winning. Now this game, I'm not going to take a draw. I'm going to try to flag him for sure in this one. For sure in this one, I'm going to try to flag him. So should be 7, queen c5. Queen a1. I guess I'll play queen e5. Maybe knight e2. Like, yeah, I didn't do this. I mean, I'm gonna win. I'm gonna flag him, but I didn't do this properly. So, anyway. I did not do this properly, but it's still going to be a flag. And it might even be a mate on the board, in fact. And I think I'm just threatening mate in 1. So queen e2, just g4. And that's all she wrote. All right, next game. Ah, he declines. He's not happy after that one. I mean, he won the first one when he shouldn't have, so I don't feel too bad about winning that one on time. Let's see. Is there anyone else who's still online who wants to play? Let's see. Aircraft writes, Sunil Weeramantra is online. Ah, that's classic. That's classic. He's not here though. I mean, I'm in Florida. I think my stepfather's in I think he's in Sedona, Arizona right now, so he's not here. But yeah. So I mean, okay, Delugi left, so I'm not really seeing the guys online. Let me check Bullet, see if anyone else is still there. Big Fish, not really playing though. Not seeing any real top guys on either Blitz or Bullet. So let's see. Yeah, let's see. Is there anyone else online? Yeah, I mean, Big Fish has been like kind of idling. Okay, Delugi's back. If he's willing to play more, or if he's done, I don't know. So I guess we'll see. Avram42 says I'm in games. Well, all right, so then I think I'm gonna stop. I'll stop for the night, but I'll pay attention to the chat and just respond to some questions for like 10 minutes. So if you guys have questions, just go ahead and ask me questions, and I'll just take about the next like 10 minutes just answering questions before I head off and eat dinner and stuff. So Z-Bomb asked me, will I be a guest on any of the remaining World Championship games? Yes, I will be on tomorrow. I'll be doing commentary again, very similar to what I did what I did on Monday with Danny and Robert. I'll be doing commentary for chess.com on game 9 tomorrow, and also on game 10 on Thursday as well. So I'll be doing commentary for the next two games. Let's see. What other questions are there? So I mean, predictions. I already said many times that I thought Magnus would win by +1. Looking at it now, I mean, I still think it's very likely, because I feel like Fabiano is going to have to go out of his way to take risks, and I feel like he's probably going to take a risk, probably with White in one of the next 2 games in a position where he shouldn't. So I'm still sticking by +1, which means I do not expect all the games to be drawn. At the same time, it would not shock me if they were drawn, but I feel like in a way it would not be good for chess if all 12 games are drawn, because chess, this match seems to be drawing a little bit more public attention than the past few have, and if you have 12 draws, I think it's going to be very hard for people who don't play chess to really understand or relate to it. So I don't think it's good if there are 12 draws, and I hope there aren't 12 draws. Let's see. What other questions are there? Rifling through says, how can Fabi be so strong in classical yet significantly weaker in faster time controls? Well, I think it's because of how Fabiano plays. I mean, my general belief is that Blitz is a very good sign of your intuition in terms of pure talent levels, and that Blitz is very much, you calculate a few moves, you don't really calculate anything super deep. I mean, maybe what I'm calculating on here seems super deep, I don't know, but for the most part, you're calculating a few moves, and it's based on like where you think the pieces belong. And so to me, I think that's like the purest way of telling what true talent is in terms of chess. Now, obviously, talent can only take you so far. But I do think, for example, that's why Vichy, even all these years later, when he's well past his prime, is still an amazing player in Rapid and Blitz, because his intuition is just so good. He's just so amazingly strong that that he's able to play well, in Blitz and Rapid. So I think that's the big thing. And I feel like with Fabiano, his strength is very much preparation. deep calculation, calculating super long sequences of moves, and so that's why I think he's not as good at rapid and blitz. So that's my take. Thank you, Assassin, for subscribing with Twitch Prime. So I mean, yeah, I mean, I think that's the big difference. Math0 says, can I play shogi? I have actually played a few games of shogi, not seriously, of course, but I do know the basic rules. It's a very tough game to play. It's a lot like Crazy House, but the problem is that it's very tricky, I think, to go from chess to shogi when you have knights that you basically have knights that can't go back, and so the knights can only go forward, and they can, I believe, they can only go in this forward L shape. They can't go. You can't play like knight b1 to d2 like you could in chess. You can only go knight b1 to c3, and then after knight c3, you can only go knight b5 or knight d5, and that's it's very hard to get used to those differences. So thank you. What, did someone just sub or something? Sorry, I missed that. Let's see. What other questions are there right now? Alexandra is watching the stream. She said, would you ever stream anything other than chess? Yeah, I mean, I am going to stream something other than chess. I mean, it's really a shame that poker is illegal in the US, or you can't play online, because poker would be the natural thing for me to stream outside of chess. Because I'm at least decent at it. I'm not going to claim to be great at poker, but it's something where I'm not just terrible, and I do know the game pretty well. So yeah, poker would be great. I mean, maybe I refuse to play Fortnite, so there's no way I'll ever stream Fortnite. But I'll definitely. I mean, I'm willing to try something like Dota, perhaps, or League of Legends. One of those two is my guess, and I'll find out. I'll find out a way, depending on what all you guys in the stream want me to play. I'll figure out a way to do to stream something slightly different, and cater a little bit to what everyone wants. So at some point I will stream something different. But no, I mean, I'm just not going to stream Fortnite. Sorry, that's just not going to happen. What other questions are there? I see a bunch of comments. Dota. Yeah, I've never played Dota. I mean, I'll look at it though. It's probably the most obvious one that I can think of. Did Anonymous give 10 subs? Did I just miss that somewhere? Yeah. Thank you, Anonymous, for gifting subs. Decalc says, don't play Dota! Okay, so let's see. Lurkus writes a question, says, as someone who finds over-the-board games preferable to online, as I like to be able to gauge my opponent in person, I would like to know if you have any particular feelings between over-the-board and online. I mean, I think generally at the upper levels of chess, once you're probably, I mean, now it's even this way at slightly lower levels because of preparation, but I think for the most part, once you're at about grandmaster level, like the psychology or the general feel for the most part doesn't come into play. It does if games go super long, obviously, but for the most part, it's not something that I think plays a huge role. So there isn't much of a difference between online or over the board. Noma Nashir asks, have you ever given up chess for a period of time? Yeah, I mean, I've given up chess for quite a few periods of time. I mean, when I went to college in 2006, I stopped playing chess for 6 months. I did not look at any chess during that time. So that's one time I did. Okay, Chess Bay, I bet we could get Wagamama TV to play Dota with you for a bit. Yeah, play Dota with someone who's like one of the best players and just get killed. Maybe I deserve that. I mean, I feel like the way that I destroyed Parham today, he probably would like to see me just get killed in something too. So, yeah, maybe at some point. Asazan says, good evening, Hikaru. Does age make a difference on developing chess for over 2K rating? If yes, is 40 plus too late? I mean, I think that depends where you're at right now, and generally speaking, I think it depends on the progression. So if you're someone who played a lot when you were young, like, let's say, assuming you're 40, so that means you're born in 78. If you played like a lot in like the mid 80s or late 80s into the 90s, and then you stop to get a job and do what normal people do, then probably it's going to be very tough to come back and get see a substantial increase. If you've basically like you played a little when you were young, but in the last like few years you've started to play a lot more, then I think it's very possible. I mean, I think the main thing is that the game of chess has changed so much from the past. So it's like people who are GMs in like the 90s and basically stopped. I don't think they could come back and easily beat IMs even now, just because of the preparation, the way the game has changed. But I think getting above 2,000 is very possible if you're serious about it. At 40, I think it's very possible. I mean, I think probably 2,200 is probably the upper bound. If you're already somewhere like 18, 1900, I think 2,200 is definitely possible. Okay, so let's see. So I'll just answer like 5 more questions quickly before I raid over to Alexandra. So I saw a question about food, which since I am getting hungry, I think I'll try to respond to that from Blypope, which said, "How would I rank the following cuisines: Indian, Japanese, Mexican, Chinese, Italian, Thai?" Well, I would rank at the bottom. I would rank Chinese. The reason for that being that I played this tournament in China, this U.S. China match, and I think it was 2004 or something. And we were put up at this very nice hotel in Shanghai, and the whole event was organized extremely well. But when we got there, and of course, I mean, we were eating this normal Chinese food, like basically what they eat over there. Pretty much the whole American team got sick and had diarrhea, and none of us really felt great. And that kind of really turned me off of a Chinese food. Recently, I started eating it again, but it's not something that I've ever come back to. Because prior to that trip, I loved Chinese food. Now, not so much. So I would rank Chinese at the bottom. Then I would probably rank Mexican. Mexican is pretty good, but you can only eat so many burritos or so many enchiladas and chimichangas. And I mean, I feel like it's generally, it's always like beans, rice, tortillas. I mean, it's not overly creative for my taste buds. So Mexican would come next. And then it gets hard. Then, I mean, Indian, Japanese, Italian, and Thai, I mean, they're all pretty good. It kind of depends on the day. Indian, I love. Italian is good too. Italian, though, I find, I mean, sometimes it's a little bit bland. It's also not super creative in terms of what they make. It's generally, Italian food is great, but it's not cuisine where there's a lot of exploration. So probably I'd rank Italian. After Mexican, then I'd say probably third would be Indian, second Thai, and first would be Japanese. I mean, I haven't had much sushi lately. Maybe I'll go get sushi in like 10 minutes, but Japanese is just going to always traditionally be my favorite. So, okay, so that was a long answer. So let's see. So just I'll answer 4 more. Let's see. Let's see. Something that's not about my prediction on the match. Phil the Destroyer says, "Do you think I can become a GM? I'm 14. I've been playing for 2 years, and I'm about 1,500. Probably not. I think it's extremely hard at that age. I mean, 14. It's not impossible at 14, but I think the thing is, what you really need is you need to play a lot of competitions, and you need to do it when you're young so that you can. It's sort of it's like languages. I know they've done studies that say if you start learning languages at like 2 or 3, even up to probably I think like 5 or 6, it's before all the synapses in the brain have connected. So you can pick up languages really easily because it's not hardwired. And I think with chess it's much the same. And I think at 14, if you're playing like every day, I think it's possible to get there. But I think you would need to do that for like 4 or 5 years and pretty much dedicate yourself to it completely. So, I mean, I think it's possible, but it's going to be extremely difficult. And I mean, I don't think it's a realistic expectation. I think a more realistic expectation would be to aim for trying to get to master. I think that's a pretty realistic expectation to get to 2,200. Let's see. All right, what else? What other questions are there here at the bottom? I saw something about Reckful. Where was that? I don't see him in the chat though. So, thank you JJ2051 for donating bits. Matt Mavada says, "What's your favorite language to learn?" I mean, right now I only fluently speak English and Italian. I can speak a spattering of Japanese. I do know some Spanish and French as well. But in terms of language that I would really like to learn, I mean, French obviously sounds the best when you can say really terrible things about people, and it just sounds so elegant and it rolls right off the tongue. So I mean, probably French would be probably my favorite if I had to pick one. My least favorite would be German, just because I really don't like the sound of German. It sounds very guttural to me. So it's probably that's my favorite and least favorite. What else? Um, bonjour, bonjour. Comment ça va? Um, what else? So, all right, you guys. So let's see. Netflix and gaming says, would you rather be able to speak all languages or be able to speak to all animals? Oh, I mean, I would much prefer to be able to speak to all animals. I think, I mean, it would be very interesting. Maybe it would be tragic to. Oh wait, what's going on? Did the game just start? Oh, game start. Okay, all right, you guys. I'll play 2 games against Big Fish, and then I'll call it quits for the night. But all right, I kind of have to since he accepted my challenge. But I mean, that challenge was sitting there for like 20 minutes or something. It's crazy how long that challenge was there. So oh, who wins the Stanley Cup this year? I don't have a strong feel. I mean, I haven't been following hockey super close. I know the Canucks are finally good again. The Rangers are terrible. Panthers are terrible, which is partially why I'm starting to come back to the Canucks. But no clue. I mean, it feels wide open. I don't have a strong feel one way or the other for who's going to win the Stanley Cup. No, it will not be the Las Vegas Golden Knights, though. It will not be the Golden Knights. I would bet a pretty substantial amount of money that it will not be the Golden Knights. So Bishop D6. I'll play F4. So, that it says we can already speak to animals. They want to know if you have food, if you are dangerous, they want to be let go, or want to know if you will play fight. Oh, that's kind of sad actually. That's a little bit sad. Okay, so Rook D8. I can play C4 and build a big center. I think I'll do it. I mean, I've got a huge pawn center here, and it's looking pretty good. Um, Yeah, I mean, I think with the Golden Knights, you're going to have actually what happened with the Florida Panthers their first year, where you sort of it's an expansion team. It's a feel good story the first like year or two, but like when they stop doing well, everyone in Vegas is not going to be going to games most likely. I mean, this is not like this is some like brilliant new concept or something has changed. That's generally how it works with new teams. So he plays Bishop B8. I could play Queen F3 maybe. I think I will actually. Queen F3 and just take with the bishop. Play C5. Wait, if I play D5, uh, if I take and I play Queen F4, F6, D6 looks pretty strong. What else does he have here? If he doesn't play F6, he's just busted. So he's got to go like F6, D6, Queen E6 or something. But this looks kind of ugly for black. I can also no, it takes doesn't make sense. So I have to go D6. Queen E6, logical. Play Queen G4 maybe. I could play feels like I did something a little bit wrong here. I don't know what I did wrong, but it feels like I did something wrong. Maybe just Queen C4, just exchange. And actually I should be careful not to talk too much, because when I talk too much something bad's gonna happen probably. Rook E4, probably Rook D7, G4. So I've got this passed D pawn. He's got these passed pawns on the queen side if he can get them rolling, which could become a problem for me. It's pretty tricky, but maybe Rook D5 looks good here. If he goes, okay, so A6, I'll play G4, force the rook back. Maybe I can play A4 now, and if C4 I take, and I take on B5. I can take. This is going to fizzle out to a draw, probably. Oh, wait, no, I can't. Actually, I can't take. Sorry, I was going to just take. I forgot he has bishop a7, and that's just, like, all over. Oh, dear. So, yeah, this is going to be a very boring draw. Big draw. Big draw. So, okay, rook b8, rook b4. I mean, this is not very exciting. h4, h5. I mean, g6, maybe rook c7, throw on a check. Yeah, I mean, there's no point like even bothering with that. So, okay, so one more then. Let's stick to being solid. All night. Check, check, check. So, someone just show that clip of the pre-move against Krikor. Yeah, that was pretty painful. But I was playing so fast throughout the whole day that like it's I almost can't believe how many games I played. It was way too many. That much is for sure. G5, I guess bishop A7. Like A4 is a move. A3. What is A3? I guess just king G7. Maybe he meant to play A4 and he slipped with A3. I don't know. 2. I guess knight H7. Maybe H5 is a move. F5 is also possible. A lot of options. I think H5 looks pretty cool. So H4, maybe just G4. I think pick up this pawn at F5. Looks pretty reasonable. Pretty reasonable. B5, C6, if bishop B4, I can take maybe, or maybe I'll just play queen D7 and rook F5. Knight E4, I can play knight F6, I can play rook F8 also. D4. I take and play D5. Maybe not. This doesn't look so great. He'll throw in a check, obviously, on E5, I would assume. Or not. He doesn't throw in that. Interesting. I'll go knight F8. Probably try to reroute the knight to G6 or E6. I think I'll go to G6 and just play rook F8 next move. Check yourself says, I thought Naka was done for the day. I was done for the day until Bigfoot, or no, sorry, not Bigfoot, until Big Fish, until Big Fish accepted my challenge randomly out of nowhere. Okay, so Rook 1, I think I can play like Queen C8 maybe, or Queen F7. No, Queen F7 allows Bishop D6, so let's see. What about Queen D8 maybe? This pawn, I'm just going to eyeball this pawn on H4. So like Rook F6, no, Rook F6 looks bad. Bishop B8 takes, Knight C5. A little bit shaky. Rook F6 maybe. Rook E8, Queen D7. Oh, now I gave him Knight C5 maybe. Rook A8. Yeah, I didn't play this very appropriately. I misplayed this slightly. Knight C5, I guess I'll take and play like Rook E6 maybe. Try to cut him off on the E file. Queen D4, King F7, I guess, or Rook F6 maybe. Actually, no, I can go King H7 because the knight covers H8. So, and I can also go Rook F7, just protect everything. And I think this should be fine. Maybe like Queen E7, hit the Rook. Rook D6, do I have Knight H4 maybe? Okay. It's just Queen E6. Man. I mean, this is just a draw, right? Or no, you know what? Let's try and play on. Let's have some fun. Because this is the last game of the evening that I'm playing, so I don't see the point in just making a quick draw. Queen E3, I can still play Rook F7, Rook E7 probably. I mean, now this could get tricky though for white too. Maybe I should have gone Rook E1 for Queen B1 ideas. I mean, I don't know if it made sense. Just like, oh, I gave him Rook D8. Oh, jeez. Rook D6. I guess Rook E8 is possible. I mean, we're still. I don't want to make a draw, but he's not really giving me a choice. So you know what? I'm just gonna make a draw. I really don't want to make a draw since this is the last game, but I mean, I don't really have a choice. So, whatever. That was very, very unexciting. So, yeah. All right, you guys. So, yeah. So, yeah. So I think I'm gonna stop for now. So I will be back tomorrow for the commentary. The commentary, I think it should be, I don't know when exactly I'll be on. My guess is somewhere around 11 a.m. Eastern time. And then I'll be playing the, I just noticed in the window, like, where they have the game, where they put in this mistake, blunder, missed wins function. I like how they have this, like, it's supposed to be like a fortune cookie Chinese proverb. I thought it was, when the dust settled, it was even. Very, like, Zenish. But yeah, so I'll be back at 11 a.m. Eastern tomorrow, probably with Danny and Robert. And then I'll be playing the Arena Kings, which I think is much later. I think the Arena Kings on Wednesday is at I think it's at 8 p.m. Eastern time, 5 Pacific. So I think it's 8 p.m. Eastern. So I'll be playing the 3-minute Arena Kings event tomorrow evening. So yeah, so that's my schedule for tomorrow. So I'll be back tomorrow to stream as well. And then go from there. So, or I'll be doing commentary also on game 10, as I mentioned earlier, on Thursday, probably also around 11 a.m. Eastern. That will also be on chess, the chess.com main channel. So yeah, so all right, you guys. So I hope you enjoyed the stream. Sorry about the technical difficulties with the sound and everything. I'll be getting some speakers and fixing that pretty soon. So at any rate, though, I hope you enjoyed the stream nonetheless. And thanks to everyone who subbed and donated. And I'll be back tomorrow then, you guys. So until then, have a good evening, everybody. All right, good night.